because Glenn Campbell was a very big session musician.
Yeah,
he was bigger than he was a bigger session musician than he was as Glenn Campbell. He was so well known.
Well, he was like an honorary Beach Boy in the studio.
Yeah, he
right?
was the Beach Boys for about months, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, oh, a legend just showed up in the chat.
Oh, hey,
Beetle Brad. Hey.
Beetle Brad.
Could it be?
Come on,
Beetle
Brad.
Brad Mania.
I need to join the stream from my. Actually, that'd be a funny idea.
Yeah, I have 2 squares open for you, Brad.
We got 2.
I'll take one of them.
Gotta be.
I'm gonna join the stream from my phone too and do something very funny.
Crazy.
Well, we'll be the judge of that, Ethan.
Judging by my taste, my sense of humor, it's not going to be funny. But
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ethan. We'll laugh either way. How's that?
you'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
What's it? Oh, sorry, I missed that comment. What was it? Glenn Campbell was one of the best guitar players. Yeah, he was.
He was. He's really
He
good.
was better than Eddie Van Halen. Yes.
And
it was the thing with Glenn Campbell. Like I knew Glenn Campbell, Bonaparte's Retreat, one of the first songs I learned when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know for years and years and years that he was who he really was. That a great session, and then obviously called up and found out, wow, this guy is an amazing guitarist, unbelievable.
Yeah,
yeah, great loss, that man, great loss.
Yeah,
Alice Cooper has a restaurant. Where would that be?
That's the thing about Alice Cooper. I mean, I've never met the bloke, but everything I've ever seen, like interviews and that, he just comes across as a really genuine, nice bloke.
This is weird.
I needed to complete the illusion.
Oh no! So he's got 12 albums.
What is
Hang
that
on.
your
Are we
head?
watching Macamania? Is this Macamania?
Now who's that little guy up there?
That's a little hanging statue that belongs to my dad.
Oh, okay.
That is creepy.
Hi, Macca.
Hey.
Oh, Ethan,
Okay, this is weirding me out.
Are you? That's not two or okay?
Man.
Who was that guy?
I don't know. That was freaky. Ooh.
Okay. Was that funny or what, Paul?
Yeah, I can imagine that happening. Actually, yeah.
Ooh. Where did Beetle Brad go? He was there, wasn't he?
Did I scare him away?
You might have. It almost scared me away.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, my mom and dad.
Oh.
My mom and dad got to see Glenn Campbell about '68 in Oklahoma City. They said he was really good.
Oh man, if he was still alive and came, I would have gone and seen him for sure.
Yeah, but I guess you would forget the words to his songs and stuff.
Yeah, and another artist my mom and dad saw. My mom and dad got to see Ray Charles in Oklahoma.
Oh wow!
His country period. And
Yep.
he was my dad.
Oh my God!
Hey!
Oh my God!
Hey!
Beetle Brad!
Brad, did you catch my impression of Richard, Brad?
Oh, hey, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Good to see everybody. Good morning.
Hey, great to see you. Great to see you, Brad.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
Hello from Cell Block 5.
Whoa!
Okay, what'd you do, Brad?
I got caught for buying Beatles stuff too much.
Yeah. And he's got my favorite T-shirt on too, the Beatles in mono. There it is.
Yep.
I love that shirt.
Yep, the Beatles got mono.
The Beatles in mono. Wait. Here comes another scary person here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no! Again.
That is great. It's like Ethan.
I can't do the voice, but I can do the visual component of this impression.
This I want to see.
This is
this is the impression. The handheld shaky phone from the downward.
Oh, and don't forget to talk over other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So someone start talking and make sure you talk over.
What do you think of I hate that McCartney pre-imagine?
Yeah, you know that
McCartney
pre-imagine? I hate it.
Yeah.
The VC hates McCartney.
And The Day of My Life is a terrible song.
That is really annoying.
Yeah.
Weird.
slight understatement there, Doc.
Whoa. So let's hear the Beetle Brad story. What have you been up to lately?
What's going on?
Hey, good. Yeah, good to see everybody. Everybody doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We're-
Brad.
Until Ethan started to separate or something.
Yeah.
I'm multiplying.
Ethan's going for that echo effect, just like he's doing a 50s channel or something like that. Hey, it's 105 WTLC action time.
Wait, could you hear the echo? I thought I could only hear that in my headphones.
No,
Yeah.
I could hear it. It was
Yeah.
it was a mess.
Now,
It was awful.
That means I know I did my job.
I thought my COVID test went bad or something.
now, can some of the other guys do that? Like, can Doc do it, or can Mayo do it, or?
Ethan's using his phone and his.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
I joined from my phone too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, doing well. Yeah, the Brad and Mrs. Beetle Brad are out and about.
I'm glad.
Doing good. Yeah, and I had Buddy in my recent video, the little pup.
we saw him.
Good.
He didn't want to leave either.
No, he was like, it's my
Hey,
show.
buddy, you're done. You're done. Go
Yeah, Buddy's like, no, it's all about me. You know,
Mhm.
I want to be a star now.
yeah.
Ooh.
I liked your video, Doc, all about the Mayo. That was great.
Mayo.
That's me kind of doing a half-ass video, you know.
It was good.
No, but that was good. It was good, Doc. Actually,
Yeah.
Doc, don't beat yourself up.
really
None
good.
of your videos are half-assed.
Well,
They are full-assed.
this one was because I didn't have to appear on screen for like what, a minute. The rest was just done voiceover.
Yeah, but it was good.
So,
That was good.
Yeah, everybody else doing good though. Everybody, the rest of the group here, everybody doing all right?
No,
we're
I'm
all-
miserable.
We're all happy you're here. Brad.
Well, the only part, non-music. I've been pretty busy the last week, Brett. And the thing is, I know you get this news over in America, but Australian government are tearing up agreements with other countries.
Yeah, I
so
saw
you've got that news, right?
Yeah. No, I keep up on BBC News and all the stuff going on. That's for sure.
Yeah. So what? Because of my previous experience in the government, and I've still got contacts with like industry training boards and everything.
Wait a second. Hide the Beatles stuff. Hide the Beatles stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
You know this.
I've just been inundated because I'm very proficient at doing tenders. So once they've been because of all these contracts and stuff that have been torn up, I've just been hit with all these people sending me all the info and put.
Wow.
You have to do tenders, government tenders in a specific way, which I know how to do. So I've been very busy trying to do all these tenders for people, and it hasn't stopped because now they're hearing they're going to be ripping up others. So they're preempting it all to me. So what I do for these people, they will send me, and a lot of times there's a lot of research because I'm not familiar with some of the industries, but the actual tenders are pro forma. So what they ask me to do is to set up the tenders so they proper, and then obviously do a bit of research. So if they send me information, I double check that they're sending the right info to me, and I put the tenders together for them.
Wow.
But it's been really interesting because the government and I kind of agree. They're going, no, we're not dealing with China. We're not dealing with fucking Iran anymore. We're not dealing with. So they're just, and at the moment, there's 4 officially. They've said that's it. We're not doing these deals anymore. The big one was in Victoria. If there's any Australians listening, I don't know where Cherry Carter is at the moment, but our dictator, Dan Andrews, the premier in Victoria, he made this fucking deal with China to build our roads. And the federal government has gone, no way. Ain't happening, mate. So that's one of the tenders that they've been asking me to throw together.
Whereabouts are you exactly? I mean,
I'm in Victoria, Australia, which is the southern end of Australia.
Okay.
And
that's where all the penguins are.
Yeah, pretty Phillip Island,
Yeah.
which is just off the it's not just an island just off the coast of Victoria,
And a lot of good
west of Victoria.
too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good Beatles vinyl. You guys can press some good vinyl too. Actually, there's some good stuff in there. In that country.
Yeah, well, it's funny.
It's a single track mind with you, Brad.
I know. Yeah. Well, I can talk about other stuff. But yeah.
No, but I'm glad you brought that up, Brad, because one of the issues that happened here, because to repeat myself, I started my album last year and it got shut down because it was older. I'd go to the studio and it got all shut down. Anyway, cut a long story short, we're getting it done. And because it's going to vinyl, okay, as well.
Wow.
Obviously, it's digital because that's a given. It gets distributed on Spotify and all that. And the first 2 songs are already up. But the album, once it was complete, was going to vinyl. Well, since the shutdown, at the moment, the estimated time waiting in Australia to get an album printed is 8 months.
Wow.
So
really?
as soon as the masters are done, look, it might be sooner, but they've said, expect an 8-month delay because of the backlog.
That's amazing.
I don't know what this means.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
You guys will be doing the.
Sorry, because the background. I'll put that on for Beetle Brad.
There you go. That's all right, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will be doing a farewell tour by the time the album comes out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. Just unbelievable. Because what happened with me is that obviously I was going to the studio and there was other studio musicians coming in and people I know, and we started the album and stuff, and then bang, COVID. So what happened then? We tried to do it all, which is the norm for most people, but not for me. I'm old school. So the thing is like we're sending digital files and stuff, but I wasn't set up for that at home.
Yeah,
I got a 4-track and all that kind of stuff, and a DAW on my digital, but it was to do demos. Can
I just address Joe's comment first?
Sorry.
The one steam engine running my brain is malfunctioning today.
There you go.
Yeah, so basically, we had to do everything digital, and it's terrible. I'm sitting in a fucking room on my own, and it's like trying to do the final take and stuff, and it just But anyway, I had to do. It was what it was, but luckily, as I said, I'm going back to the studio within the next week to finish it. We're going to redo another vocal, blah blah blah, just little things and stuff, and then it'll be digitally released. I'll have because I've been working on all the video clips for the songs, so all that'll be up there. But the vinyl, we're just going to have to wait a bit.
What, you're making videos too?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably hard to play with a click track, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a whole different experience sitting in a studio. Excuse me. Even if it's just a producer, sometimes, because you got that interaction, you got a human interaction, and obviously when I went to the studio, there'd be let's get this guy in, because I can play piano, but I'm not a pianist, but I can play. So it's like we did a track and it was like get John in, and he come and blah. So you're in a room and you're interacting. What's been happening over the last fucking year? I'm sitting in this room on my own, singing to myself, and it's like, I can't get made. This is just there's no motivation. There's just no motivation, So I'd send the stuff. The instrumental side's okay, but like the vocals, and then I'd just be sitting there going, this is that's not how I want to sing it, because you understand. I think, Brad, when you're doing a song, it's like you're trying to find a voice for the song. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean.
I used to be a drummer in a band, so if you don't have that band to click with, it's real hard to piece it together, because it's like
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying then. And that's a very good point too. Like I love playing with a drummer, like because when we started the album, my mate came in from the Mirror Image days, first band, and it was just fucking, it's just that feel. And it's not only just the feel, you get different ideas, and even it's just simple as speeding it up or slowing it down or whatever.
Yeah, because the feeling changes when you're in the mood altogether.
Yeah, and just people's other suggestions, right? Maybe just change the lyric there, or,
isn't that right, Doc?
or maybe put another verse in, or whatever it is, or change the key of the song. Or when you're doing it on your own, you're sending it off, and it's like that's it. because that's what you've sent him. And then I'm sitting back going, oh, Jim,
is that how emotion when you're attached to that either? So yeah, when you send it off, it's kind of done, and maybe you might have put your heart into it, but it just doesn't come across when you try to mix that on the soundboards and putting everybody. Exactly, and that's the beauty of the next week or so, because what's going to happen when we get in the studio is not only me and the producer. Well, I'll call him a producer, but he's kind of another colleague musician, but he's the producer, and so what I'm getting at is like that'll be the final time that we get together, and it's like, yeah, I'm happy with that. What do you think? Any suggestions? So it's that interaction, and when it comes out, if you like it or you don't, is irrelevant to me because I'm happy with it, and that's all anyone can do. If I'm happy, that's it. If you hate it, fine. That's your opinion. I'm happy. Now
maybe that's what happened with this McCartney 3 business. Because, he sat and did all the songs himself, played with himself and all that kind of stuff. And then he thought, hey, I'll have real bands, real musicians play my songs and record that. And
possibly. I don't know. My gut feeling is it was. No, don't get me wrong, but I got this gut feeling it's his way of reaching a younger audience.
Of course,
because I've never heard of any apart from Beck. I've never heard of any of those artists.
Yeah, I think it's early for an album like that to come out anyway. I mean, if you did like maybe Band on the Run or Ram or something like that, you can relate to that a little bit easier than having this McCartney 3.
Well, that's true too. Yeah,
push out of the can, basically for Paul.
Yeah. Well, that's why Denny Sywell was so smart.
Yeah, Denny was smart. Yeah.
Well, I think I mentioned in previous a good friend of mine. I was very lucky to get a copy of Ram on, and I can't distribute it because that was the promise. So I've got it. I can play it on here if you want, but I'm telling you, when you guys hear this album, right, it will blow you away. It is just so well done. The artists he got to sing the songs are amazing, right? But unfortunately for me, at the end of it, even though it's so fantastic, I just got left with the feeling, but I'd rather hear McCartney doing the songs, these vocals.
Yeah. Doc, I think you'll have to read it.
And that is not taking anything away from the artists. They are. Wait till you hear Monkberry Moon Delight. I forget who the guy is. Unbelievable. But at the same time, I went, I'd rather hear McCartney sing it. But it's worth getting. It's worth getting because it's bloody fantastic.
Yeah, I've already pre-ordered a couple of the vinyl to show, but we'll see what that looks like.
Well, shoot me if you disagree, bro, when you get it. But I got a gut feeling you're going to go, wow, fantastic. I think you're going to go, fantastic. Right. It's so well produced, and the instrumentation on it, everything. It's brilliant. But it's not McCartney, unfortunately. It's just not McCartney.
Yeah.
And that's why he's McCartney. Yeah.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
Nice new Pet Sounds album.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I love Pet Sounds. I always pick Joe and I are actually real good friends. So I'm always picking on him about Pet Sounds because he just thinks it's overrated and overproduced and over everything. But I just recently got down here a mono copy of Pet Sounds, and I love it.
I'm sorry, I can't get into it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Pet Sounds.
I tried to convert me, but no.
It's a funny. It's a funny thing, Pet Sounds. It's a funny thing, Pet Sounds, because when I first heard it,
there you go.
I didn't think much of it, but because of the rhetoric, like people go, Pet Sounds great. So I keep giving it a re-listen. I just don't get it. I don't.
Well, it triggered the Beatles off to do Pepper. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another reason I keep giving it a re-listen.
It had a spark there.
I don't know. It just for me, I just don't get it.
I'm
not saying it's terrible, but I just don't get it. I just don't think it's
have
that great.
Any of you gotten the new Who one that just came out? Is the new Who one?
Oh, I want to get it. I want to get it, Brad.
I haven't gotten it yet either.
The Who Sell Out one?
Yeah.
See, I ordered it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, though, I ordered it through Music Vaults. So it's not going to get here for the next 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, it's like me. I pre-ordered the Ringo Starr red vinyl in early. Get it now, December. Where is it?
Really? Wow.
It's not.
Did you order it through Music Vaults? Or was it some other Universal Music thing?
Yeah, I think it was Music by Snail. I think it was.
Well, the frustrating thing is, Music Vaults is Canadian.
Okay.
And I even ordered with the Canada Post. They call it Express Post, which is supposed to be like faster. Doc rolls his eyes because he knows the frustration.
Express Post is like 14 days if you're lucky.
Well, the Music Vault says it's like 2 days. It's been more than 2 days.
New comment.
Ripped off.
Let's see, what is this?
They always say at the counter, and we can't guarantee it'll get there.
Yeah, I love that line.
Shut up, you hacks. Just give me my record.
Exactly. It's like, I paid for it. Quit sending it. Just send it.
I paid for the fast shipping.
Yeah. It's like, well, did you pay for the express shipping or just the shipping? And it's like, well, yeah.
No, you paid for the express. You didn't pay for the shipping.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that's the wrong answer. Zip.
That comment that Starman just made, I kind of agree with, because I'm looking at the comment he made about how Pet Sounds inspired Peppers and stuff. I kind of agree with that, because as a musician, yes, I think there would have been stuff that made them go, oh, but I don't think it would have. I don't think they would have gone, oh, this means Peppers. I think there would have been stuff in it where they went, oh, that's interesting. But I don't think the album as such would have fucking said, let's have a pipe and, spin out on Pet Sounds. There would have been stuff on it that they went, that's interesting.
Okay, I got something to show Doc. I got up just to get this for you, Doc.
Oh, let's check this out.
This is the economical way of buying a true mono copy of Pet Sounds. I mean, yes, there's, I got the 50th anniversary and all that kind of stuff, but this is a different, it's a 2-record set. One record is a Beach Boys album, and then the other side, the second record is the mono best pressing from Beetle Brad.
Beetle Brad guarantee or your money back.
Can I ask you, Brad? Can I just quickly ask Brad, what's better, stereo or mono?
Ooh, what album are we talking about? Because
Pet Sounds. Sorry, Pet Sounds.
Pet Sounds. Ooh,
because I know there's always that vibe. You should listen to Sergeant Pepper's in mono. I'm just because I've only heard Pet Sounds in stereo.
The thing is with Pet Sounds is that the stereo mix of that record didn't come out until the 90s. All you had in the 60s was the terrible Capitol Duophonic.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was really lousy, very lousy recording. But this, Doc, this is the way to go of getting Pet. Well, if I can get it turned around right. But Pet Sounds, because Pet Sounds, if you try to find an original one, it'll be $200 plus. But buying this album.
I actually thought it was Cheech and Chong when you held it.
It looks like Cheech and Chong out.
Yes, so did I.
The same cover, Cheech and Chong. This one, but this is a better priced one. You can get this for around $40. So
wow,
that's the way to go, mate. Because that's much better.
Something interesting.
Pepper is incredible. I mean, I've got the UK mono and the UK stereo for when they both came out, and the mono sounds totally different than the American mono. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I mean, I'm not even taking drugs and I'm enjoying it.
Well, I've only got a digital version of the mono because it is impossible to get a mono version of Peppers in Australia. I can get it overseas, but the cost is astronomical.
Yeah, I bet the cost is unbelievable.
It's ridiculous. So I've only got a digital version of the mono, and I must admit, I wish I could get a vinyl version of the mono Peppers because it is different and it is good. It is good in mono.
You can even hear him talking in the background, which the stereo.
Yeah, I love all this, and I personally love all that stuff. I love all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Studio chatter.
Yeah,
I love all that kind of that
some of the
it's real, it's real.
Yeah, well, it's like even in the White Album, you hear John, in the midst of it, cover your ears, boys and girls. But it's you hear John cussing, and he goes, "What the
yeah,
F?
Yeah." Well, the same thing. The same thing. Which you never once you hear it, you can never not hear it. Is on Hey Jude.
Oh yeah,
You hear him say the F word.
Yeah,
Good.
And it wasn't the word fun for all of you listening.
No, exactly. But the thing is, until it was pointed out to me, never noticed it. Now I cannot not hear it when I listen to Hey Jude. It's like, here it comes.
Yeah. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hello.
Family reunion.
Whoa.
I don't know if you know I was saying hello, but I don't think you were able to see the comments. Brad, just wanted you to know, hey.
What's this?
What is it?
Wait.
Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares. That's what I feel like we're doing right now, isn't it?
Album?
I think
Squares.
that Doc would appreciate it because we were doing the Hollywood Squares. Remember when I was doing way back when I was doing those chats, and I would say, okay, let's see the secret square.
Yeah.
Well, I found this album the other day, Zingers from the Hollywood Squares. They actually have the jokes on here.
So there's no music. It's all.
Yeah, apparently just I guess one-liners, jokes.
I'd like Joe Mayer to block.
It'd be like the Paul Lynde album because that's all you'd ever need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could just have an album of Paul Lynde. Yeah.
Yeah, Neil Brad wants it badly. Yeah.
Good to see you, Joe.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the Pet Sounds. I had the Pet Sounds thing because I did see the video where you said this is Joe Mayo's album or so.
Yeah.
That's always a fun little gag.
It's kind of been an ongoing gag for several years. I mean, I know Joe. I know you like the album, but I just, as I said earlier, I know you think it's
Not really.
No, I'm not. I like 3 songs off it.
Yeah. 3 songs do not make an album.
No.
And the Dead Wax doesn't count as one, though, so you can't use that.
No, you have to get Good Vibrations, make it an EP.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you can't count the Dead Wax, right?
No. Okay.
I would rather listen to the Hollywood Squares than Pet Sounds.
Well, like I say, you and I are in the minority on that one, Doc.
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of people who don't really care for Pet Sounds.
No.
They're in the minority.
Well, a lot of my colleagues and that don't think much of Pet Sounds.
There you go. See? Mm-hmm. Yeah, give it a try. They'll take the Hollywood Squares.
They don't hate it, but they don't.
For me, if it was a contest between Pepper and Pet Sounds, I mean, there's no contest because I think Pepper blows everything out of the water. Pepper set the standard for a lot of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to dissuade anyone from Pet Sounds like yourself, Brad. Yeah. I'm just saying personally, I don't think much of it. Apart from like Joe, a few songs, cool.
Yeah,
but not an album, not as an album.
Yeah, I've had the CD 3 times, and I've sent it back 3 times. So
did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Really?
Wow, this panel is different.
It's a good thing Mason left.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Pet Sounds is wonderful. Like
I saw Mason on there earlier. I mean, he was taking up a storm, about all the different Beach Boys stuff. Yeah.
No, but I disagree. I would like Mason to come back on and tell us why his hi-fi doesn't sound right.
Oh. Now that you said his name, he's going to show up in the green room.
Don't say it 3 times.
No.
Don't.
Oh, you can only have 6 on here, though, right?
That's true. So,
well, I might. I'm going to be leaving anyway. I just wanted to say hey to Brad, and
good to see you.
Show you the Hollywood Squares album. I just picked. This is like one of my newest acquisitions, if you can call it an acquisition.
Oh,
where did you? Yeah, where did you find that?
The record store, my Infinity record store.
Oh, they had because I've never seen it before. Didn't even know it existed.
Me either, or me either.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, new arrivals. What the heck? I've got to have this. I'm sure he didn't have a good price on it either.
Yeah, it was $5, which I thought was
Yeah,
a little.
like $5 or something like that.
If I wanted to pay like $3 or something, but all right, what are you gonna do?
Hmm.
All right, folks. Good seeing y'all again, and I'll talk soon. All right, everybody.
Au revoir.
And as Joe says, I'm out of here. Oh, sorry, that's my line.
Oh, and there's Brad too.
Okay,
No.
Mason, now you can come on, Mason.
Yeah, anytime. No,
Mason can come and defend Pet Sounds.
No, nobody's been in the green room for a while.
I mean, about the
I can
Pet
fix
Sound,
that.
they issued a box set of the Pet Sound sessions, and they had a promotional disc of the entire Pet Sounds album, along with some other things, and I had that at one time.
You talking about the CD box set one?
The promo disc of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
It's like me. I had that at one time too. It's like, okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. Back in my day, we used to play music encased in plastic.
I'm kind of like Doc. I'm a greatest hits guy now,
Well, I'm not so much a greatest. Oh, Ethan. No, get out of here.
Ethan's cannot
It isn't so much that I'm a greatest hits guy. It's that when I go to these thrift stores, I find greatest hits records.
Yeah,
That's the best record you can find, of course.
Mhm.
And it's weird because, well, when you go to these thrift stores, and the ones you find are the greatest hits, like those are the ones that people are giving away.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that you should be keeping.
Yeah, but it could be a situation like deceased estates and stuff too. They've come in and just gone to get rid of them.
A lot of greatest hits packages. I'll take that. And like $1 or $2.
Yeah.
What's my word for that?
I've been finding,
Bargoon. It is Bargoon. Yeah.
I've been finding sealed Blu-rays.
I got people emailing me saying, "Hey, Beetle Brad, when you die, can I have your collection?"
Oh, charming.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, thanks a lot.
That's distasteful. But on an unrelated note, when you die, can I have your collection?
Yeah, really. So I mean, here we'll just do a little pan around. It's like, and this is just the room. This isn't even the vinyl. I got a autograph. I've got.
Unbelievable.
I don't like greatest hits albums. Why not? What's wrong with that?
Wait till you get a look.
I mean, if you're starting in with a group, like let's just say, let's pick on Boston. Like Boston. If you don't know much about Boston, it's it's a great way to go is to get greatest hits of any.
Well, the same thing. Well, Brad, the same thing's the Beatles. Like I've had people come up to me, young people and stuff, going, "Which Beatles album should I listen to?" And I always say, right off the top of my head, grab the red and the blue.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Just start with the red and the blue. And then after that, go and get Revolver and go and get Rubber Soul and get Peppers and blah, blah. Get them all. But if you got to start somewhere, get the red and the blue.
Yeah, or at least one.
Or one. And if I had to say one, I go get the blue because, obviously the red does sound it's great, but it's a little dated. Where the blue album sounds like it was recorded today, the songs on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's got a day on the life in it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's the track we don't like.
But don't mention that in a Macamania because apparently he hates that song.
He hates that song.
He hates it.
That Blue album was the record that got me into the Beatles.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Well, it wasn't so much the album; it was the fact that I was playing it on my little rinky-dink CD player, and
Kemba, always go for the Bargoons.
I can remember looking for the single, and I was told, "Oh, nope, no single. You have to buy the whole album."
Yeah. The only sad thing about the blue album and the red album is they cut some of the middle bars out of the songs to that album.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey Jude, instead of being a 7.5 hour song, it's now 26 minutes or something. But
good point, but that's because again you're right, but that's because we're Beatle fans. So if there's someone fresh, go for it, and you can mention to them. There's a longer version, but for a taster,
that was a good attempt of trying to make a greatest hits for those that want to kind of put it in their collection, but not really. because those are got, let's say, Zeppelin and the Doors and all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of a nice add-on to something like that, because there's some great stuff right there.
Well, just talking about the Blue album the other day, I had to go down to a local shopping centre, and we got a chain in Australia called JB Hi-Fi. So it deals in all white goods and hi-fi, and because of the vinyl pickup that's come, they've reintroduced vinyl record in the city. There's 4 stores, and one store in the city is all vinyl.
Wow.
But all the individual stores, like around the suburbs and stuff, they've reintroduced vinyl. So I went, must have a look. And sure enough, there was the Beatles' Blue album, right?
Australian pricing, though?
I'd say so.
Wow.
I didn't check that actually, but it was the re-release, so it was like remastered and everything. And I was looking at it, and then I saw the price, and it was like, this is Australian, so what would it be American? $44.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, $44 American, give or take, which is cheap as shit for a double album.
Yeah,
because I haven't got it on vinyl. I've only got it on CD, and I nearly bought it, and I still think I should have actually. I should have bought it.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I know, because apparently it's a really good pressing of this particular album, of that particular album. Yeah, that was the other thing. It was pressed from the original analog tapes. I should have got it. Now I'm talking about it. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, like
dummy.
I only see those for like Doc. I keep seeing it at Sunrise Records here in Canada for like 79 Canadian.
Wow.
For a double record.
Well, it's cheaper here then, isn't it? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I got this? Well, you're talking vinyl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the CD, but as I said, when I was in JB, I was just flicking through the record and I went to the Beatles as you do, to see what was in there, and there it was, and I picked it up and I went, oh, analog masters, blah blah blah, and I looked at the price and I went, $39.
Yeah.
Because to give you an example, I picked up Revolver, which I've got on vinyl, but I picked it up. That was $59.
Wow!
All right, so he was the double Blue album for $39.
You should have gotten it as cheap as chips, mate.
Oh fuck it! I'm going down now. See you later.
Start off.
I can get it online. I can get it online, but you got to pay $6 for postage. So I could have saved $6 if I picked it up the other day.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Bugger. Next, I'm going back. I have to go back there. If it's still there, I'm going to get it. I should have got it.
I got this one in Detroit at FYE for $14.99.
Wow.
I found a used copy of the red one on eBay. I found one for $5.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Whoa. Well,
So,
$5. Okay, Mr. 1%.
Yeah, I was just thinking about all these greatest hits albums. It's about time for another Rolling Stones, because you have the Hot Marks.
God.
Then
Do you need another Rolling Stones compilation?
Don't they need some more money?
But they're barely getting the money from those 60s ones.
Well,
it's all Abco.
Alan Klein's family.
That's why the Rolling Stones, reissue boxes or whatever.
Again,
those 60 records are like not very good. All you get are like the album in like mono and stereo, and that's it.
Yeah, they had that 40 licks, and then they had something called Gurr.
There you go. This is Ringo Starr.
Hey.
Oh wow.
8-track.
What the heck is that?
Is that all?
Do you still have an 8-track player, Brad? Can you still play those?
I don't know, but Ringo Starr, those new ones, zoom in on 8-track.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's
Get
good.
it at your local Sam Goody.
Yeah.
That's amazing, actually.
But I guarantee you will never find the 8-track, because I made this myself for April Fool's.
I was gonna say, you got us, Brad. You got us. Because I was just sitting there going, "That's unbelievable!" Like that they would release an 8.
That's better than this thing. Like, look, kid, I don't think they were fooled.
Yeah.
Don't hold that up for too long, or Tom Hunyadi is going to try and buy that off of you.
Tom will be jumping on here any minute.
Am I the only one?
And everybody freaked out on my channel, going, "Oh, where'd you buy that? Where'd you buy that?" And I just made the copy.
You got Mark fooled. You got Mark fooled.
Yeah, there's
you got it now.
Yeah. Am I the only one here who got a used copy of the McCartney 3 CD? I went over to Norman, and they had a copy that someone had brought back, and I got it.
You did. I think you did.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow,
Good.
you
Going, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, they didn't like it, so I got one.
Well, somebody's got to hate it.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Can you take this thing back? I want my money back.
Yeah, they said, yeah. And they gave it me for half price because it was open, So.
Wow.
Yeah. So, props to you, Jeff. Props to you.
Well, I love McCartney 3. I've said it before. Me, I love it. I love McCartney 3. I really do.
Cool.
I ended up buying it on vinyl, and got the blue vinyl because that's what they released. There was a couple of other countries they did it in, but they did a limited edition blue vinyl, so I got that one.
Yeah,
Doc.
Yeah.
Did you know that FYE is owned by a Canadian company?
Well,
Is it really? I didn't know that, actually.
They got bought out a year or two ago.
Well, even if they are the FYE that I go to, that I just bought those bills, it's gone. It closed last year, even before the COVID thing. Because let's go record shop, and I go across there, and let's hit the FYE in Royal Oak, and it's gone.
Wow, that's too bad.
That's before COVID. So
the most bizarre thing is that the same company that owns FYE also owns HMV in England. And you know what, Doc? That's Sunrise Records. Yeah. Sunrise Records owns HMV and FYE now.
Wow.
Which is extremely bizarre.
That is.
I didn't know Sunrise was doing that well. Barely keeping the lights on.
Well, that was the last time I was in Sunrise. It was lit by candles. So.
You had to carry your own candle as you're walking through the vinyl.
Yeah, they were handing out flashlights at the door.
Flipping through.
Welcome to Sunrise. Bring your own lantern.
That's right.
It was pretty bad. But our mall. Well, I've shown the Sunrise Records on my videos even. So let's go to the mall because we're going. Because whatever's out and what was last? Yeah, I guess it was last year when. What came out last year?
McCartney 3?
Well, I think it was even before that. But I'd say, let's go to the record store and get something. And, here I am at Sunrise Records. Let's go in. And I'd be flipping they don't have it. Okay. And you look at the new releases rack, they don't have it. So I come out back to the car and go stupid store, today is release day and they don't have nothing. They just, this must have been last summer, after the first lockdown.
I remember your video on that.
And then the record stores reopened and they didn't have anything. Everything was stock from months ago. And then you'd say, well, don't you have the new whatever we were looking for? Oh, we're not getting any new stock in. And, well, gee, everything here has dust on it. Yeah, I see that.
After the first lockdown and before the next two.
Oh, the new John Comp. Well, that's true. I had to order that one came from Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Ordered that one online. But, yeah, if you go to the old mortar and brick store, they got nothing.
The nice thing though is when I went to pick up the blue vinyl McCartney 3 at Sunrise, it was right after the stores reopened in February after second lockdown, but before third. This was, they had just reopened, so they still had all their stock from December, and no one had bought the blue vinyl McCartney 3. So I was just able to waltz in there, pick one up off the new arrival tiny little ledge, and it's wow, I talk about crate digging.
Yeah, I'm sitting there waiting for you.
I spent 30 seconds in that store.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. But
Yeah.
but did you get a bargoon?
It's Sunrise Records, Doc.
You did not get
You don't get bargoons at Sunrise Records.
Well, I don't know about your Sunrise, but our Sunrise has a whole rack of like movies and music that are like 2 for $10.
Well, they
Yeah.
do have those.
That's
You're not finding any McCartney 3 in there.
No, forget it.
Although you probably should, because I don't like it.
Although before the previous lockdown, when they let you in, they'd say, "Stay away from the vinyl records. We can't let you touch them.
Yeah, you gotta get them.
But you can touch CDs all you want."
But you guys have a lockdown in Canada. Here in Oklahoma,
Right.
everything's open.
Yeah, we have one right
You
now.
can wear a mask, but other than that, everything's open.
Yeah, it's in effect until mid-May.
Wow.
Wow.
See, where I live, they're starting to open everything where I live. They're
Well,
open.
yeah, here in Michigan too, they're starting to open bowling alleys and theaters and all this kind of stuff. Although I don't think they should, because Michigan is one of the hottest spots in the country for COVID. But people are just like, we want. So they're going like, oh, okay, fine, all right.
Well, in Australia. Oh, sorry.
We're in third lockdown, and America's completely out, or for most parts out of lockdown.
Yeah.
It's because again, I'm gonna say the S word. The provincial government has kind of shit the bed here with the vaccine rollout.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I did get mine though. I got one shot.
So did I.
That's supposed to be in July.
I'm on the list.
I already got my shot. I got the one shot, and I got the one that's kind of on the news right now about all the problems. I was sick for 3 days, really sick.
Goodness. Wow.
You got the Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo vaccine?
Yeah.
Ew.
No more tears.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was lots of tears. Ask my wife.
Ugh.
Well, the only lockdown we've had in Australia recently was Western Australia. There was one case, and he shut the state down.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, so that's the only lockdown that's happened in Australia recently. It's finished, just finished now. He locked the state down for 3 days. The only restrictions at the moment we have is that you have to wear a mask on public transport.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other day, right? Because I like buses, so we have a bus or a train. So I thought I'll get a bus today. The only people on the bus that had a mask was me and the bus driver.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, but it's mandatory. Like if the inspectors got on, they could be fined. Oh, the other thing was no one touched on either. They all got on, nobody touched on.
Wow.
But I just sat there. I didn't take it off. I thought, I don't know if I'm gonna wear my mask. No one but me and the driver wore a mask.
Mhm.
It was like,
It
okay.
would be mandatory here too, but you go outside, there's people walking around. They don't have masks on. But it's
Well, as I say, the only place it's mandatory is public transport. Like we don't have to wear it in supermarkets or anything anymore.
What?
The only place it's mandatory is the public transport. But on that day when I got on, the only 2 people wearing them was me and the bus driver.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's interesting.
The only place I don't wear a mask, apart from like inside my house, is like when I go and take my dog for a walk.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
And that's because like no one is around me.
But do you bring it with you?
So what you're saying, you have to wear a mask even if you're outside and stuff. Still, is that correct?
They'd like you to.
Like you to. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
But no one is doing it. Even when you're like in a pretty, is congested a good word? Like a lot of people around in a park or something like that. There's people with no masks and kids playing on the playground with no masks and all this.
Well, just to clarify, I just want to make the difference that here is the only place it's mandatory is public transport, and no one's wearing them.
Mhm.
No one.
That's something, though. Wow.
I mean, even down here in Oklahoma, everything you're encouraged to wear a mask. Like at Walmart, the employees wear masks, and a lot of the customers wear masks. But you can see somebody walking in, coughing and snorting, and he's not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Well, just a comment on that though. Like years and years, I went to Japan, and we got there. and I don't know if you've ever been to Japan. It is the most cleanest place I've ever, well, apart from Germany. When I went to Germany, there's not a freaking blade of grass out of place. But I'll go to Japan, and it's just the cleanliness is just unbelievable. But the majority of people were wearing masks, and it's not a bad idea because in my early days, because I had to go to the city a lot, I'd catch public transport, and there's people coughing and sneezing, and inevitably you catch a cold. So in one sense, the mask isn't a bad idea. From that sense, forget COVID. You know, there are other things there are other viruses in this world. Well, Japan
cold in like a year.
Japan was on top of this for decades. Everyone's walking around with a mask, and it kind of makes sense, innocent, because you don't want to catch a cold, you don't want to catch the flu or any other transmittable disease. So I've got kind of no issue with it in a sense from that point of view.
Has anyone ever heard what's going on in China, where it all began?
Well, all I know with China at the moment is that in Australia, one, they're ripping up all the tenders. They're not dealing with China. Two, they're already looking at the two ports they sold to them, the one up in Darwin and the major port in New South Wales, which are owned by the Chinese. Madness. Absolutely fucking mad. Nothing to do with China. It shouldn't be fucking Denmark shouldn't own a port in Australia. It's bizarre. But the biggest problem we've got in Australia at the moment, and again, it's all, what do you do? But this is what the mass media is pushing. It looks like we're going to go to war with China. If they invade Taiwan, it's Australia's in deep shit because America ain't going to come and help. No, we're in deep shit. That's the vibe that the mass media is giving Australia at the moment. So everyone's watching what China's doing in Taiwan, and unfortunately, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at the moment with what they're doing.
I haven't heard anything much. All I hear about right now is India.
Well, the thing with India, that's an interesting thing because the mass media, again, are pushing this, they're fucking dying in the truckloads from COVID. There's over 1 billion people, and if you have a look at their death rate before COVID, it's about the same. So you got to kind of look at this. You got to go do a bit of homework here and go, hang on, they're saying all these thousands of people are dying from COVID, right? But if you look at the stats, the same amount of people were dying in India before COVID. There's over 1 billion of them. It's like 0.0 something % of the population. Wow. But the mass media are pushing this shit. It's COVID killing all these Indian people. Well, hang on. There was just as many people dying before COVID. So what you're saying is now they're all dying of COVID, but then they're not dying of anything else. So it doesn't gel because what you're saying is nobody's dying of anything else in India. They're now all dying of COVID. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they got to label it somehow with something, right? Even though the guy was 98 years old, they're still going to label it.
Yeah, well, there's that too. But what I'm saying is if you look at the stats, just as many people were dying before COVID. Now they're saying they're all dying because of COVID. Right. And it's just, you go, hang on a minute. What you're saying now is people aren't dying of old age, heart disease, because, now they're all dying of COVID. Yet before they were all dying of this. And it's like, well, it's like, doesn't gel. But
yeah, the guy could step out onto the curb, and get hit by a bus, but hey, he had COVID at the time, so that's what did it,
Well, exactly, exactly. Well, that was happening. That was even happening in Australia when this all started. People were dying, and they were just putting it down. COVID. And it was like, hang on a minute, what? Then you find out, this person had fucking heart disease. This person was a diabetic. This person was this, and this. Now, they may have died of it, but they could have also died from the flu because they had other problems.
They probably had scurvy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Statistically, Doc, that is one of the possibilities.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're onto something here.
It's the killer that we don't talk about.
Doccus, MD.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why we should all grow limes and save the planet.
Yeah. Everybody should have an orange tree in their backyard or something.
Yeah, lime tree or an orange tree. And we'll stop this scurvy. We'll stop this scurvy in its footsteps.
Stop scurvy now, everyone.
Right. In this country, we have so many illegal aliens coming across the border, you know, and our president. Oh, hey,
Oranges
Ethan.
and Lemons by XTC.
Yeah.
Oh, of course you have that. Of course you'd have that, Ethan.
It helps prevent scurvy.
That's
Yeah.
it.
No, you have all these illegal aliens coming across the border, and our president, Dementia Joe, is saying, "Don't you go to 4th of July? You stay home."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the whole thing's crazy, Jeff,
I know.
because
We can't even go to Manitoba anymore.
what happened in Australia recently, I don't know if you're familiar with Anzac tradition in Australia.
I don't think so. No.
Right, it's Anzac's the Australian New Zealand forces. What it is, Anzac Day is it's a public holiday, and it's a tribute to all the people who died in our wars, all the wars, World War One, World War Two, and they have a big march in their major cities and in smaller towns where there's RSLs, Returned Servicemen's League clubs.
Wow. That's pretty neat.
Anyway, the Victorian government, right, turned around and said, firstly, we're going to cancel Anzac Day. So there was a big uproar. No, you're not. They then reduced it, saying, right, there can only be X amount of people if they want to go on a march. Submit, who you want to go on a march. The Australian rules football had 80,000 people at the game.
Wow.
And it's like, hang on a minute. Hang on. There's something wrong with this equation. You're saying return service people, of people who died for our freedom, can't have a march, but 80,000 people can go to a football game.
And I'm sure with that football match, they were all social distancing too.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, Brett. No, you know what the difference was? Because you got to pay for a ticket to go to the football and pay fucking $10 for a meat pie. That's the difference. That's the difference. And the outcry was outrageous. It was just like, this is ridiculous. You're banning a returned serviceman from one of the most important days, honouring people who died in wars, yet you let 80,000 people attend a football game. It's just
horrible.
Just mad, absolutely madness. Madness.
Yeah, everybody's cardboard, like they had the football games here.
Well, they weren't here. They were allowed to go.
Yeah.
But you couldn't march in the Anzac parade to honour our dead soldiers.
Yeah.
Because of
anyways,
COVID.
back to Pet Sounds.
Back to Pet Sounds.
Yeah, meanwhile, back to Pet Sounds.
Yeah. Well, God Only Knows is a nice song. I think it should have been.
Well, be careful because I'll probably say if you listen to Pet Sounds, it'll give you COVID.
Yeah.
I'll pull that one on you too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
Is it in my room or is it God only knows? But then one of them, he burps in the middle of it.
As you do.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it. It's really clear. It's like we were talking about earlier. Like Hey Jude. Once you hear something,
once you hear, you can't unhear it.
Yeah, I'm playing it for my wife and go, "Did you catch it? Did you catch it?" She's like, "No," and I'm like, backed it up. Did you hear it? And she's like, "Yeah, he burped right in the middle of the session." And I'm like, "Yeah, right in the middle of the song."
Oh, you know your onions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What does that
You're
mean?
very
Right?
knowledgeable.
Well, it's one of those stories. It's like all of us. I know more than most and less than others. That's all.
Doc, can you swap me and Jeff? I need to social distance from Paul. Just coughing.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not sick. I just coughed.
Okay.
People do that. We're all human. We cough and fart and hurt,
He may eat the Indians as well as know them.
Maybe.
There you go.
Whew.
Well, Doc, I think we got rid of all your viewers. Nobody's commenting now.
For a new one.
It's gone down from 2 to 1 to none.
Yeah.
It's been bouncing tonight. So there's something's been going on with YouTube that we either have no viewers or we all freeze and nobody can see anything, and then we're back, then we have no viewers, and then
as I said,
there's a viewer. There's a viewer.
It's Schnee.
It's Schnee.
Hey, Stephen.
Bless you.
and none of them were Beatles.
Okay.
Well, I didn't think I could say that. You'd have them all. He'd have them all. He'd have all the Beatles albums by now, wouldn't he? So why would he buy them?
Well, this is true.
I mean, back to Australia though. I mean, I've got a lot of Beatles Australian pressings, and I love the pressings.
No, they are. No, thanks, Brett, but they are actually. I'm not being,
No, they're
nationalistic
great.
or anything. They actually are. They are very good.
But
prints.
I mean, I got the American ones also, and then to tell you the truth, I'm always plugging on my channel to buy the UK or some other pressing because the American pressings of them are horrible.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I understand the process, but I don't understand the other country that's very good. German pressings can be very good too.
Got a lot of
German pressings.
It sounds like some of those American pressings were like made with compacted human remains.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. They pressed them out so quickly. That was part of the problem. Was they were mass producing them and shipping them out.
Well, the other thing too, Brad. It could be too that they're not using the masters to print either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just surmising here, but yeah, it could be. It could have a lot to what they're actually pressing from.
I love the Australian covers. I love it when they did. I mean, I've got a bunch of the 45s behind me from Australia, and I love all the different covers. That's the cool thing too.
I must admit, as I said, I'm not a huge collector like Tom. He buys everything and stuff, but I must admit, I love when I see shows like record collectors showing, and here's a cover from Japan, and and they're all different, and it's like, wow, look at that. As a collector, it's pretty cool,
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering. Kimber says, Stephen let me into the lodge.
Okay.
So it was like tonight lodge night, Steve?
We got two.
The lodge? What are they, Masons?
Don't say his name. It's gonna
no, sorry. Sorry, I'll choose another one.
Now you've said it twice. If you say it one more time, he'll show up in the back.
I wasn't thinking of that. What's another one? The Illuminati. Right? Well, the Illuminati.
Yeah,
area work and hey.
My dad was a Mason.
Hey.
That's true.
I've only said his name once.
What degree did he get to? Did he get to the 33rd degree, or
I don't know. I don't know.
Was he just a punter?
He's dead, so I can't ask him.
Well,
my dad just gave me the 3rd degree.
We have news here.
Uh-oh.
Looks like Dolan may have been booted from Brian's stream. Oh.
Okay.
That's
really
news.
I wonder if he's coming over here.
Oh, no ski lodge tonight. He's working.
Well,
if
he does come, I'll show him this. Hang on. You might like Brad. You may even have one. I don't know. What year was this? It's the first time I got to see Paul McCartney live. Hang on, can I put that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's from 1989. It says 1989.
I'm saying that's the first time I got to see McCartney a couple of years ago. He came back, but that was the first time he played at the MCG, which is in the Melbourne Cricket Ground, and it was the most amazing night of my life. It was just there was magic in the air. The minute the concert started, it was nearly 3 hours, and it just song after song after song. It was unbelievable. But yeah, that's one of my favorite mementos because obviously it's a base, it's a badge. But I love that.
And how did you obtain it?
Yeah.
How did you obtain it?
I bought it when I went to the concert.
Oh,
it was some of them.
Maybe you bring them out. Like, here, everyone, dude.
So yeah, I got a T-shirt, and I think I mentioned
it. Eye, man.
I think I mentioned on Joe's channel, which I found really cool. We got there, and the programs, which normally cost like $30 and stuff, they were giving them out for free.
Yeah,
and it was like, wow.
You saw them during the Flowers in the Dirt concert. Then I did.
Yeah, someone mentioned that. Someone mentioned that to me when I brought it up.
Oh,
so
okay.
When I was leaving, I grabbed a couple more because I was afraid. I thought, because the one I had was all, you're reading it. So I grabbed a couple so they were in mint condition. But I thought that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to give them away.
I saw him during that time too, and I did the same thing you did. I asked the guy when I was leaving. I was like, "Hey, can I have a couple more programs?" He's like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, because the reason I did because obviously I had and you're reading it, so I grabbed 2 more so they were in mint condition. But the thing, what I liked about it more.
Hey, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, we all got one of those. Yeah.
That's it. There you go.
That's the
as is different. But the thing was, at the start, to be given that, it was already a good vibe.
Yeah.
It was free.
Yeah.
Because I actually said, "Oh, how much?" He goes, "No, they're free." So it was already a good vibe just walking in, and he didn't. And obviously, he did not fail us. It was phenomenal, and plus, it was great because Linda they were all there. Linda was still on stage at that time, and it was great. It was really good. Now I'm just thinking about it. It was a great night.
It was a great concert, and Paul's voice was phenomenal. Still,
and that was the other thing too. His voice was still spot on, and everything was spot. Everything was spot on.
Every song had its own setting. You know, like,
as I said, it's just McCartney. It was just unbelievable, and like the joy. You can like everything. It was packed. The MC was packed because it holds maximum 110,000. It was packed.
Wow.
Right? And it was just, and we were really, for some reason, we got tickets on the grass. So I was 4 rows back from the stage.
Oh, wow.
Which would have been, I'm trying to put it in perspective here because I'm looking at my
Up
window.
there.
Say 200 meters from the stage. So we were just like spot on. And it was song after, like every song would come on, you'd play, and you just gone. You were just somewhere. You just bang. And all I can say is, when Live and Let Die. What can I say? To top it off with fireworks.
You probably got singed by the flash pots.
Oh, it was just.
You were so close you could feel the heat.
Well, the thing was, when the concert ended, nobody, like, most times when a concert ends, people start getting up and leaving. The entire joint just sat there in awe. Just like no one moved. Everyone was just like, just high as a kite. You rarely see that because normally when the concert ends, people start leaving. Everyone just sat there, just turning to each other, going, the entire, like, think about 100,000 people. No one's moving because we were just sitting there in awe.
I bet it's unbelievable.
The other memory I'll just quickly throw with McCartney. The last time he came, I took my family to see him, and like, they like the Beatles, but they're not fanatics. Anyway, we're sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden the lights come down, and he walked on the stage, and I turned around to my wife, and she's crying because there he was. There's the man. There's Paul McCartney.
Yeah, wow.
So even to her, that emotional, because he's a fucking legend. It's like Mozart. We're living through. We are so lucky.
It's like there's Paul
to be living while he's here, And she was in tears, and like she's not a Beatle fanatic, but she was still touched because that's Paul McCartney. In the presence of the man,
Hey,
that was a good concert too.
One for you were talking just a second ago about Live and Let Die. Weird Al Yankovic wanted to do a copy of Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
So he's going to start off with a song, and this is a true story. Weird Al was going to do it. He's going to call it Chicken Pot Pie, and call parents, no, you can't do it.
Yeah, he shut it down.
Yeah, which would have been funny. I would have loved to have heard Weird Al.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Imagine.
Hey, actually, can I ask you this one, Brad? I did bring it up, and a couple of people not here. A couple of people commented, and I can't answer it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Well, I know I'm right because I know I'm right. If you listen to if you watch the movie Live and Let Die, the actual song on on the movie is a different mix to the actual release song.
Yes, it is. You're right.
Oh, good. Thank you. Because the questions were coming up, right? The questions were coming up like, is that been released? And so I was like, I don't know. But I did not. I'm glad you agree with that because it is. If you watch the movie, it's actually a different. It's great.
Yeah,
it's a different mix to what the release version is, the one we hear on the radio and blah blah blah.
Right.
You can almost hear that lady's face explode into flames, and then there's a skull, and then you can hear the words "Live and Let Die" appear on the screen or whatever.
Yeah. And I love James Bond. My dad, all the
I love it. Yeah, I love James Bond.
Fantastic.
I love James Bond.
What's your favorite Bond movie?
My favorite Bond movie?
Yeah.
Come
on.
A lot of them.
It's hard. It's like asking what's your favorite Beatles album.
Oh, I have an answer like that.
I mean, Goldfinger is definitely up there. I mean, that's a classic. Goldfinger is unbelievable. I also like. Yeah, that's a good one too. Moonraker.
I like Moonraker.
Yeah, Sean Connery was a fantastic Bond. A lot of people didn't like him, but I thought he was great.
I didn't like him.
I still think I still think Sean Connery is the ultimate Bond. But I also loved what's his name?
Roger Moore.
I love Roger, but no, what's
Timothy Dalton?
Goldeneye? What's his name?
Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan, yeah.
Goldeneye is my favorite Bond movie.
Oh, I love Goldeneye. I think it's fantastic. That opening sequence when he jumps off the dam, it's just like, and that's the thing I loved about Bond too, because
that's the way I feel
like Bond fans. The stunts were real. They actually did them.
Yeah, no CGI. No CGI.
Yeah.
There was a little bit in some of the Roger Moores, but when you see Roger Moore,
you mean they weren't actually in space in Moonraker?
True.
Yeah.
But that was one of the great things about Bond movies, because when you were watching all those, like the famous one from The Spy Who Loved Me, the opening when he jumps off the mountain and the parachute opens with the British flag, the bloke someone actually did that. It's like,
I still can't believe they made Carly Simon jump and then put the parachute or something.
Carly Simon.
She was pushed.
Yeah,
her contract had it in there, so
I want to jump off the mountain. Okay, Carly, no problem.
I want to jump off the mountain and sing the song.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention that, because there's a channel on here where they discuss Bond movies and critique them and stuff, and there's a big vibe that a lot of people don't like from Russia with Love. I think that is one of the greatest Bond films ever made. Sorry?
Why don't they like it?
They just don't think it's a good film. The vibe. Not everyone, obviously, because I think it's fair.
Why don't people like it? I mean, that's a great movie.
I know, I agree. Things like some of the comments are like pacing and the storyline and whatever.
Do people not like the knife shoes anymore?
Multiple reasons, but I think From Russia with Love is one of the best Bond films ever. Fantastic,
so underrated.
It is actually.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
it's fantastic
movie.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what is also underrated, Doc. Is the Timothy Dalton ones. I think Timothy Dalton is the wrong person to play Bond, because I don't want to see Shakespeare playing Bond. But the actual movies are fantastic. Living Daylights is like, the actual film is a fantastic Bond movie.
Yeah,
it's just I just don't like Timothy Dalton as Bond.
Yeah,
but the actual movie is fantastic.
Yeah, but he's kind of a soft Bond, though, isn't he?
I just think he's trying to be Shakespeare. He's trying to be Shakespeare as Bond, and it just doesn't click with me. But the actual movie is a fantastic Bond movie.
Oh, give me a break, Joe. It's not the most overrated Bond film.
But one of the cool things is, I've got.
Sorry, Brett.
Yeah, I'm a big car person, so I'm real big into cars. I'm actually by business, I'm a car photographer for a publication. But anyway,
okay, yep.
A friend of mine called me up and said, "Hey, come on over. I got something I want to show you." So I drove down to his house, several hours down the road. And I went to his house. He wasn't going to tell me what it was, but he said, "You definitely would like it." So I got to his house. We went to the garage, and he's got many, many different cars. But he bought one of the actual movie cars to Goldfinger.
Jeez.
Like one of the Aston Martins?
Yeah, the Aston Martin DB5.
DB5.
In the front and the ejector seat and the back shield, the whole bit.
Gee, wow, it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, a friend of mine's got the movie car, and it's fantastic to see. A lot of that stuff, since it was a movie prop car, they had like 10 of them. A lot of that stuff really never worked. It was, just fake props and all that kind of stuff. But the guns do come out, but they don't do anything. And the ejector seat doesn't really shoot out or anything. But it was really awesome to walk up and see the actual car standing right there, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Brad, because a few years ago they had a museum in Melbourne. they had a Bond exhibition.
Oh,
and one of the exhibitions with the DB, with the Aston Martin, and you're right, to be in the presence of the car, one of the cars, was just like, wow. Hey, what I can't grab it; it's in the back room.
But they're cool.
Yeah, but while I was there, I bought, as you do, a few memorabilia, and I ended up buying. I can't show it on here. It's about this big. It's huge. It's a remote control DBD car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the shield. If you push the buttons on the remote, the shield comes up. And what else does it do? Does a couple of other things. It's a remote control DBD. I wish I could show you, but it's in the back room.
Yes, hey, let me give you my address. I'd love to have it.
Oh, listen, hang on a sec. Give me I'll go grab it. Hang on.
Okay, but that's really cool.
Hang on.
Did you all see Casino Royale? I mean, the newer one. That was really good.
That's pretty good.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love Bond. I love Bond movies. I could talk about Bond movies all night. Hang on, give me a sec. I'll be back. I hate this because I know I'm going to miss something.
We'll talk about them. Quickies, quick.
Yeah, I was going to tell you a story about To Live and Let Die, but I'll wait until he comes back.
Okay.
No, tell it now. Let's see if he's still waiting there with his camera off.
The short speech. My parents were in Jamaica when that movie was being made.
Really?
Yeah. The guy who played Baron Samedi, Jeffrey Holder, he was entertaining in the club at the hotel my mom and dad were staying.
Wow.
I actually have a similar story. I was told by my aunt that like they were in I think it was like Louisiana or something when they were filming The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the alligator farm place.
Really cool.
But they
where
said
Bond's like running on those alligators.
Yeah. Jamaica was such a violent country. My dad was told to go around and tell the rest of my dad was a furniture dealer, tell the rest of the people do not leave the hotel after the sun goes down because the locals would rob tourists. And they had armed guards in the hotel, protecting the tourists. So how are they going to make a movie there, I don't know.
Yeah, the first James Bond, Little Jimmy Bond.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah.
That version of Casino Royale.
Not the one with David Niven. No. That one doesn't.
Yeah, okay. Well, I saw that one at the drive-in. It was okay. It's funny.
Yeah. But the new Bond is really pretty good. Yeah. I mean, they're in the midst of getting ready to release the new Bond.
It's only been ready for the last 2 years.
Yeah, well, COVID kind of killed putting it on. They had to stop filming and all that. But supposedly it's supposed to come out this fall.
Drove past a movie theater today, and they had those giant movie posters on. Like I don't know if like that's a common thing with movie theaters, but they had like a giant poster for what's the name of the new one? It's like Die Again Twice Tomorrow, or just like James Bond Mad Lib. But they had the poster with I think the original release date on it. It's like,
really?
Okay, well, you're just taunting us.
Yeah, wow.
You know what? I drove by one of our major theaters this evening coming home, and it was a big for lease sign in front of it.
No.
Ooh. I don't know if that means anything, but all of a sudden, for lease. I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
Open the theater out, like 12 screen. That was our only IMAX screen. Oh, so
that's terrible.
Stay tuned to see if that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I'm going to grab something too since we're off the air here for
Okay.
Live and Die Again Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. That was that call.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's take a break, guys.
Let's make some popcorn.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I looked up. It's dark outside. Wow.
Well, it's dark here too. How about that?
Yeah.
Whoa. You know what? Stupid lockdown. I was going to stop at Dollarama on the way home, and even that was closed.
Yeah.
What?
Here we go. Okay.
What did I miss?
Sermon Evans.
Oh, you missed my awesome, funny joke about the new James Bond movie.
Yeah. And you missed
Not going to share it with me?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And I was saying I drove past the theater and I saw the poster for the new Bond movie with the original release date on it. From like March of last year.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's
like,
just,
I couldn't remember the name of the movie, so I just, what's it? Die Again Twice Tomorrow, or some Bond Mad Lib thing.
Well, it's funny. When I was
the man with the golden gold.
Yeah.
When I was mentioning about me going to the shopping centre to pick up something in the JB, while I was there, I thought, I'll just see what's on it because there's a cinema at the shopping centre. So I thought, I might go and see what's on at the movies. There was not one movie I knew. I didn't know any of the movies, none of them. And then as I started to look, I thought, well, I have a better look at what these are because there's kind of a brief description, and that the majority of them were horror movies. And then it suddenly dawned on me because of COVID, they're all postponed from Halloween, so they were now being released. But I didn't know any of them, so
they put them out in April. That's good marketing.
Well,
yeah.
They have Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Why not Halloween in April?
Well, as you all know, all the Americans are making the movies here at the moment up in Queensland. They're making all the films. And I'll show you a couple of these, but I'll start with these because I just discovered they're all in one bin in my son's room. But I'll do these first. I'll do these first for Doc.
Okay.
All right.
For me.
Hang on. There you go.
And
I want that.
Hang on. Sorry about the glare. Hang on.
That's cool.
I can't get the glare.
Good.
Sorry.
Like
hang on.
Like it's even got a couple of the Batcave.
Those ancient computers. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bat computer or whatever.
Yeah.
That is way cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
Now, is that a Mattel or what? Who makes that?
Good question. But it's not Mattel.
Because Mattel has been making a bunch of stuff lately.
Yeah.
I can't. Sorry, Doc. I have to look into that deeper.
That's cool.
Okay.
The other Batman one I got is this.
Yeah. What else we got?
The new car. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Now, the reason I went to I just realised they were in here, but I just realised there's other stuff in here that you might like. You ready for this? Keep your eyes open, Brad.
All righty, here we go.
Hang on. Let me move the mic for a sec.
It's going to be big. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I drool.
Yeah.
It cost me a fortune, but I couldn't resist.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Ooh.
I'll just show you the back so you can get a sense of it.
Yeah. You can just drive that over here to America.
I thought you might like that, Brad. I love it too.
Beautiful.
And it works. I remember to take the batteries out when it's not using it. I fell for that years ago. So it's in mint condition.
Yeah.
Wait, what are they calling it on the box? Did they not get the license from Aston Martin?
I know it says the British Secret Service or something.
Sorry,
But it's got 007 though.
Oh, I see what you're saying. British Secret Service remote control.
Like they couldn't use the word James Bond or something.
Oh, I'm thinking they couldn't use the word Aston Martin.
Got 007 Goldfinger.
Yeah, and it's got a Goldfinger, but
yeah, you're right. Actually,
there's two ways to play with it.
There is. It's James Bond all over it on the back.
Okay.
Hang on. Sorry about the light. So it's
that is really cool.
It is cool.
But what are the two ways to play with it?
I've got no batteries in it at the moment, but you should see it when it's going. It's cool.
Is one of the ways you play with it in the bathtub?
No. Apart from a rubber ducky, I've got that for the bathtub.
They could do the car from The Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a remote control boat.
That's nice. From Thunderbirds.
That's really neat. I like the boat.
Yeah.
It's grouse.
Welcome to Mirror Image's Toy Show.
Yeah.
This is stuff as I say, it's just been packed away, and it was in my son's room, just packed in a crate.
See, the toys that we grew up with are now called collectibles, so they're not toys anymore.
Right.
The only reason I'm doing this, when I went to get the James Bond remote, I just realised I didn't even realise I had all this shit. Hang on, what's this one?
Yeah.
There's another James Bond car.
Okay, you got two. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about the sticker on that.
A different one. Okay.
Oh, that's the invisible one.
Oh,
If we die another day.
From the Ice movie, yeah.
Yeah. Was that one?
That's neat. Wow, that's really neat too.
Hang on. Love this car.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Fucking covered in dust. This shows it's covered in dust.
Yeah.
Whoops. Hi, Star.
That's the one you can play in the bathtub.
Yeah, that's the Lotus. Uh-huh.
That's the one I want.
That's the Lotus, yeah.
Yep, that's neat. That's really cool.
If I had that, I could go to America underneath the water.
There you go.
And show up on the other side.
Oh, wait, there you go.
You wouldn't have COVID down in the ocean.
No,
That's it.
thing.
What else we got here? We've got another two. Hang on. Two more.
He's got more. He's got more.
Keep going.
I think you can cough if your lungs are filled with water.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
That's from The World Is Not Enough.
Mm-hmm.
The Z8 or Z3?
There's the chainsaw that was chasing him on the pier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a Z8 or a Z3? Z3, isn't it? BMW Z3?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Hi, Kimba.
Hey.
I came out.
Yeah, spot on. ZB, says it here. BMW ZB. And lastly, but not least, I suppose. Hang on.
There's more. There's more. Don't go away.
Yeah.
Same as a DB, but not remote.
Oh, that's neat. Very nice.
Ooh.
Oh, looks like it's got his headlights on.
Very cool.
But the remote's better.
What?
The remote's cool.
What's in the front? There's a couple things in the front of the car. What is that?
In the front of the car?
On the ground or whatever, you know.
Oh, it's from the scene in Goldfinger when he's coming down the mountain.
Okay.
So they're what do you call it? What do they call them?
The skis on it.
Pylons on the side of the road.
Oh,
And I just realised this one's actually got James Bond in it. I can't.
Whoa!
I don't know if you can see that. Hang on.
How'd they fit him in there?
Well, he was a little fella.
yeah.
Well, they say the camera adds 50 pounds.
Oh, sorry guys, that's it. That's all.
So now we know what happened to Sean Connery. He's in there.
Yeah.
Since you're talking about stuff for Doc, I'll chime in. Here we go. There's the
hey.
Cool.
Nice.
There's the original corgi, which I collect a lot of corgis. But there's the original 1966 Batmobile corgi.
Now, Brad.
Brad, that's valuable, man. That's valuable.
Yeah. Brad, does that have the little flame that comes out of the back?
Yeah, it's got the flame back there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Now that one's from the 60s?
No, it's 66 actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So and then since Doc was talking about more stuff, here's Green Hornet, the original. Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Look at the little tiny.
There you go.
Oh.
Is that like Hot Wheels or something?
Yeah.
Doc, mine's bigger than yours.
I know.
Hey, I can take that personal, right?
Boys in their toys.
Yeah. That one's rare.
That was the original Green Hornet from the TV show.
They were only on one season, and they were canceled. So it's probably rare.
Yeah, extremely rare. And the missile comes out from the front here. This is, I mean, these are all mint condition corgis.
Nope.
It's not mint anymore.
Yeah, really. Yeah, missile. But yeah, no, it's got it all. But I'll show you one other James Bond one that's really pretty cool.
Okay.
This is actually a promo, and these are banned in America. You cannot buy these in America. This is the promo to James Bond GoldenEye. This is the gun.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's the gun to GoldenEye, but it's a promo piece, and it's really nice, very rare.
And they're banned?
Thank you.
But you can't buy these in America. I bought it when I was in England, but yeah, you can't buy these in America.
Will that get you? That you have one?
What's that?
Will that get you now that you have one?
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
We'll
got one of those.
have to take down the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, an Aston Martin DB5 is going to pull up to your house, and
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I want it.
And this is
no one's going to be meeting Beetle Brad anymore.
This is the James Bond Aston Martin. This is a limited edition Corgi that they made, and this is 14 karat gold.
Ooh.
Wow.
I've got a bunch of the James Bond cars, just like you were showing a couple minutes ago. I've got all those, but this is a very, very rare one. Like I said, because they plated this specially. If I get my fingers out of the way. They plated this in 14 karat gold.
Would that one be some Goldfinger?
Yeah.
I wish it was gold. I thought, well,
But isn't that cool?
Brad,
That's great. That's great.
Right here, Brad.
What's that? Stop.
Do you know this guy who's commenting right here?
I didn't see it. What?
Never heard of him.
Hey, Robert. Robert's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He is. He's got the same Batmobile Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Yay!
One of the saddest. It's a sad story. She did it to both my brother. My brother and my sister are like 10 and 14 years older than me, so they left home when I was about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But my mum did the same thing to them as she did to me. When I left home, she threw everything out, and I had the hugest Matchbox car collection. And I came back to visit. I said, "Where's all my cars?" She gave them away.
Wow.
You didn't need them, and she just gave them all away. They'd be worth a fortune now.
They would. Did you ever collect Corgis or Dinkies? Because Corgi and Dinky are more or less England, and I really was thinking the Corgis.
I had some Corgis because I came from England. So I had some Corgis that were obviously my parents and that bought me when I was in England. But they all went. Everything went. I'll give you an example. Because my brothers we grew up in England, they were older than me. They grew up during the Beatles. They were there during Beatlemania.
Yeah.
So when I was at home, I had all the. I still have some of them, right? The original English pressings. They bought them at the time. Granted, they're used because people used them, but the originals. I used to have the Beatles white poster on my wall. She ripped it up and threw it away.
Wow.
Mums, what can you do?
Yeah, really.
You don't need them.
You grew up. You don't need these anymore. You don't play with these.
So I've still got the album, but I don't have the original poster because she threw it away.
Doc, there's the Magical Mystery Tour, and then when I saw Yellow Submarine, I don't know if you can see it there or not, but in '68 I saw Yellow Submarine, and there's the submarine.
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah, we're Corgi. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's some of the other Corgis that are put out. George Harrison.
Wow.
Man, I'm telling you, Brad, if you open this up as a museum, I'd pay a ticket to go and see this. No, I'm serious. That is phenomenal, man. That is just from what I'm seeing, I can assume there's so much more. It's just phenomenal.
All right, you guys are talking about Corgis. Here we go.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's a lot of Corgis.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all Corgis here. And
Unbelievable, Brad.
these are all still Corgis.
How many shelves you got? Like 9?
One is about 17.
So, and they're all
These are all still Corgi, and then down below are all Dinkies.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
That's like 15 feet tall.
I shouldn't say this, Brad, because it's irrelevant, right? But mate, that is a fortune you've got sitting there.
Oh yeah.
That is a friggin' fortune. Because I'm not a collector, but I'm on top of how valuable those things are.
All right. I gotta.
Unreal.
All right. I'm doing this because Doc wants to see all this. I know.
I love seeing it.
I want to see it.
And you know, it's like that line they say, his house is a museum.
Yeah.
People come to see him.
It's true. It's true. It's a museum.
It's like a museum, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
Okay, now we'll start up here. These are all 1/18 scales.
Okay.
We're getting a tour.
I don't know if you can see those. Can you see those? I'm kind of holding it at a different angle.
Yeah,
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
These are all, I mean, every one of these are limited edition.
Mhm.
Like there's
Unreal.
a Duesenberg, Cord, Delahaye. So, yeah, and then we'll go down to these.
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable, Brad. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Rolls Royces.
I can't thank you enough for this. This is unreal.
There's more James Bond stuff down here.
Wait, there's Lurch.
There's Lurch.
There's Lurch.
Yeah.
And this is all die cast over here too.
Oh my gosh, it's another shelving.
Wow.
God. Oh, look.
That's all die cast. See, I could have started Doc. I could have started a die cast channel.
You could have, my friend.
So then there's
Wow.
more
Not-
stuff.
Look at the size of the lady.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a Rolls Royce wing lady.
Wow.
So if you're into Rolls Royce, here's Rolls Royce and Bentley, and then here's starting from beginning to end all the Rolls Royce die cast.
Unreal.
There's more.
There's more.
Whoa.
There's a
You're
whole.
kidding.
Wow.
And I don't know. Are you familiar with Danbury and Franklin Mint?
Oh, Frank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we have that in
These are all
Australia.
original Franklin Mints.
Yep.
Oh no, he froze. There he goes.
No, he's back. He's back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Brad.
I'm
Unbelievable.
just having fun showing you guys. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be domineering here.
Oh,
No, not at all. I can't speak for the others. I am having a ball here looking at all
I love
this.
it.
I just wish she was in the room, you know. Like,
Here's all these.
Unreal.
And then I've also got original hood ornaments. There's a 1930 Duesenberg. There's a 1930 Rolls Royce hood ornament. And there's
unreal.
these die
Look at
cast
the Jaguar
over here.
baseball bat.
What's that?
It looks like a Jaguar baseball bat.
No, it's Jaguar.
No, that's one thing. That's one thing you don't want to have in your room, Brad, is a baseball bat. Because all you need is some idiot to walk in and pick it up.
Like right there.
Yeah.
That white thing. It's a tube or something.
Right here?
No,
up top.
right
Up
up
top
top.
of
The white tubey.
Oh, this is a Rolls Royce and Bentley. It's a flyer for when you buy a car. They put these special mats down on the car, so when you sit down, you don't actually mess up the mats.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
When
Yeah,
you bend over it really fast, it'll look like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some of the ones up here.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's like
There's a
a
Bobby hat up there.
What's that?
There's a Bobby hat up there.
Yeah.
And with birdies too.
Yep.
Wow.
So then, like I said, I showed you these, but then these are more die cast here.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to save this portion of the screen.
Yeah, you're gonna have to delete this.
Yeah, I think so.
And this is well, I won't bore you too long, but just real quick, this is when I had lunch with Liberace and
Yeah.
Wow.
sat with Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
Different celebrities all through here, race car drivers,
I don't see anything for
Richard Petty.
for Neil Sedaka.
No.
Oh,
Van Williams.
Oh,
Van
Van
Williams.
oh.
yeah.
And there's James Garner and I was on Rockford Files.
Ooh.
Yeah, loved the rock. That was a good show. That.
Yeah. Pete Rose. Guy who
I
played
think I'm going to call it a night.
Mm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And Lou Ferrigno, I can speak from experience. He is a sweetheart.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I met him. Yeah, that's great. But anyway, I won't bore you. But that's like I said.
Oh, we're not bored.
It's not boring at all. Not boring at all.
Good.
Here's some of the photo shots that I did for. That's a little blurry. Sorry about that. These are pictures. That's a Bugatti. These are cars that I did for magazine covers.
Okay, cool.
So, but yeah, there's just a small portion of some die cast. That's not all of
We're
it.
in the basement.
Yeah.
I think that Thank you, Brad. Thank you for sharing that. That was great. That
Just
was
real
great.
quick, Doc, one more clip. This is one more time. This is all the James Bond diecast stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
Those are all for different movies.
Yeah.
There's an old taxi, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where's the monkey mobile?
Actually, I was pulling that out to show you guys. Here's Monkey Mobile right here.
Okay.
There he is. Hey.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Some of the other cars in here and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. Thanks for letting me bore you with all that.
That is something.
Not boring at all, mate. That was fantastic.
No.
If Doc saves this, I'll be rewatching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I got more Batman stuff I could probably show you too. But
More?
I know.
More?
The only way I can beat Brad is by size. I can't even compare to any of that.
Hey.
None of it.
Hey, do you have Val Kilmer in a
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, Brad.
Right.
How are you?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're doing a Beetle Brad tour of the museums.
Brad Museum tour.
Yeah.
And this is all in that same room.
Yeah. And then, I started showing you Beatles stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Never ends.
What Robert says, it's hard to believe all the years it took to accumulate all that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just since yesterday afternoon.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's one long day.
Yeah. More over here. I went to Abbey Road Studios. I showed the guy. I had pictures of my room, Beatles room, and the guy says, "Hey, mate, what are you doing here? Bloody hey, you got your own museum."
Really?
Over there.
Like, what are you doing here?
I need more stuff. I need more stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. This is
more. There's more.
well, of course, I got the lunchbox, but this is one of my pride and joys. It's the that's the Beatles Day in a Life Gold album.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
An album.
That's the real. Well, it's the 45 to the gold album.
For the gold.
Here's the autographs.
You need to show that to Richard.
Yeah, I know Richard Dolan would die for that.
It's a gold bad
Richard
song.
was just exploding.
Yeah.
He just probably self-combust.
Yeah. Oh, I used to have those. Oh.
And this is really
I've got Paul over there.
Yeah.
This is a 1/18th die cast of John Lennon's Rolls Royce. This is hand numbered, hand signed, and hand painted.
Unbelievable, Brad. This is just ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I'm just like, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a 1/18th scale, which is a larger one, and that was a limited edition. Then here's the 1/43rd scale, also.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
Oh, I love the Titan figures.
And the full one is in the garage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep, and there's the soap things also for that.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
There's a Beatles gumball machine.
Oh, of course he's got that. Of course he's got a Beatles gum machine.
Of course he does.
Cool.
Unbelievable. No, thank you, Brad. That is unbelievable.
Look what I got.
Brad, you said you were at Abbey Road. Did you get to go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just got a couple of photos here. The day, because I went back to England and met all my cousins and stuff, and obviously had to go to Liverpool and Abbey Road. And on that particular day, they weren't having tours, so I didn't get to go in. So it was only regret. But I just want to show you a couple of photos here, and it doesn't give the sense of it, but I think you'll get an idea when I show it. I'll just show the first one, right?
Wait.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's the zebra crossing.
Yeah, but I'm running.
Yeah.
The reason I'm running,
Nice.
right? There's a couple more, right? The reason I'm running, the traffic was unfucking believable.
Yeah.
So we had to time it and to get across the friggin' road so my brother could take a photo. The traffic was phenomenal. And I don't know if you remember, Brad, when I got there, you'd be familiar. You can kind of tell from, hang on, where is it?
Doc, it's so incredible when you get to Abbey Road Studios. It's like in 5 different languages to look left and right when you get there.
Yeah. I think you could, but like just up here and stuff, there's like a couple of roads and there's different crossings. And because it was so hectic, right, when we got there, and it's stupid because if you look, that's Abbey Road there, right, the white wall. But when you got, you're kind of disorientated. It was like, fucking, which crossing is it? And there's a bloke walking down the road with his dog, and he goes, "It's that one."
Wow.
Thanks, mate. You could tell we couldn't work out which crossing. He goes, and he just went, "It's that one." I went, but the thing, I think Beetle Brad will remember, on the wall, it's completely covered. It's completely covered in, people writing messages from all over the world. I love you, Beatles. I love you, John. In all different languages. And when we went up to the wall and were reading it all, a guy came out of Abbey Road and was like, "G'day, mate, how are you?" And that's when he said, "No, we're shut today. You can't go in." And he told us, he basically said, we whitewash the wall nearly every month.
You're right.
Because the amount of visitors they get, they have to whitewash the wall so there's room to put more messages on it.
Mm-hmm.
And unbelievable.
It is. It's on.
Here's another one. I met Bob Geldof.
Oh, wow. Cool. Bob Geldof, so sweet, really.
Yeah.
For the wall.
And right next to him, I met the Pope.
Oh!
It's Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, that's cool, though.
Because here's one here with a young Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
What else I got? Oh, that's me in the cavern.
Yeah.
Well, not the real cavern, as you know. They ripped that one down.
Yeah.
Another one, the cavern. Bit blurry, but still cool. That's me brother, shit house. And there's me recreating the John Lennon.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I enjoyed being in Liverpool, too. That was a phenomenal trip going to Liverpool.
It was one. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did a whole video of it as well. I mean, it's on my channel of me being in
I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Yeah. I don't know I don't know what your impression was, but like because we went into some of the souvenir shops and the pubs, obviously, and they're lovely people, but they didn't give a shit about the Beatles. No one gave a shit.
What kind of people are they?
Well, they live there, They live there. To them, it's just a fucking shop and it's a job. Here's me, Beatle fan. Ooh. And they're like, "Oh, fuck."
Like they see like 30,000 of you a week.
Exactly.
So
as I say, and they live there. It's their home. And they're at work. They can give a shit. And then we all walk in, ooh. And they, it was still cool. It was a great place, Did Penny Lane, all that stuff. It was fantastic. Mm-hmm. But I think I mentioned it before. If you go outside of that, Liverpool's not a very nice place. It's very run down. It's very grotty, and
it was bombed very heavily during World War II.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Menlo Avenue and that, you can't count it because it's quite a posh area.
Yeah.
But the rest of Liverpool is a slum. It actually is a slum.
John, did the song "Working Class Hero," and as Paul McCartney says, John was probably the most well off of all of them. He's more posh than the rest of them. And John talking about working class hero, he wasn't working class.
Yeah, for one, Brad, John Lennon lived in a self-detached fucking home.
Yeah.
For a start, all the other guys were in tenant homes. Up one up, two down kind of stuff. So yeah, but again, I agree with John. The sentiment of the song, but yeah, he was far from working class. What's that?
Oh yeah,
people in Liverpool still get bombed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. Well, when I was there, it was 20 years ago, but they still look down on. They're pretty because they're very class orientated in England, and they still look down on Liverpool, even after everything that happened.
Yeah.
I really want to do it, but there's a gal who's in my car club. She's actually, very, very sweet. She collects MGs. She and her husband.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And so she's from Liverpool. So, of course, I'm talking to her about Beatles stuff. And she grew up and went to school all throughout school with Ringo Starr.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I really want to get her on my channel, but she's too shy. But she's got tons of stories of going to the Cavern Club and seeing Ringo when Pete Best left for the first time and Ringo showed up. And, she's got tons of Beatles stories, which is just unbelievable.
Have you tried to talk into doing it with just an avatar so she doesn't have to have her face on?
Yeah,
So
I did. And she's like,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, it is. Because, she's got fantastic stuff to tell me. And, she's like, we went to the Cavern and snuck over there. We got all 4 of their autographs, all 4 Beatles, and we stayed around and, and all that kind of stuff. And she's got magnificent stories because she talked about clothes because the original Cavern Club smelled so badly that she said you had to have separate clothes to go to the Cavern Club.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
because it leaked all the time. It rained and it would leak inside the original one.
Yeah,
the original one is still there, but they had to pave it over for a parking lot.
Yeah,
so, I've heard of that somewhere.
Yeah. So the one that you were at, the Cavern Club, I've been there as well, and it was a lot of fun because Paul performed there, and he was there.
He actually that photo is the recreation of the original stage. But from what I know, is when Paul performed there, when you've been there, Brad, he performed in the other section.
Yeah.
Not on that stage I just showed you. He performed in the other section of the thing.
Yeah,
but that's still cool. I wish I was there.
Oh, that would have been incredible.
There's a good Beatle badge for you.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, kind of classic in its way.
But you're talking about Abbey Road. I mean, I went on a Beatles London tour, and the guy actually at the end of the tour, because we ended up at Abbey Road Studios, and at the end of the tour, the guy hands all of us markers to write our names on the wall.
Oh wow! Okay, yep.
So he even gave us pens, and so I signed it.
It's a going thing. They actually as I said, they maintain it. He said a month, but it might be longer, 3 months. But he goes, we whitewash the wall, so they maintain it and stuff. They're on top of it.
It's just posterity.
I even signed it as Beatle Brad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, as you do. An interesting story about Abbey Road, which I think I mentioned on another stream. I'll try and make the story short. When I was working at Melbourne people in South Yarra, a friend of mine who I was working with, he said, "Mate, what are you doing Friday night? Can you give us a hand?" I said, "What? His name was Guy. So why?" He goes, "My next door neighbour needs some help moving stuff." I was single and stuff, and no worries, Guy. So I turned up Friday after work, and blah blah. We go next door. You people might not know who this is, but I'll kind of explain it to you. So he knocks on the door. The door opens, and a gentleman named Molly Meldrum answers the door. Now, who Molly Meldrum was in Australia, he hosted a show called Countdown, and I don't know what the equivalent to you guys is, but what it was is that it was a music show. So all the new release videos, and he'd have all the acts on. And the thing was, if you were an act that got onto Countdown, you were guaranteed like a fucking top 10 album or whatever, the promotion. But Molly Meldrum knew everyone. So he'd also get exclusive interviews with every artist, like Paul McCartney, blah, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Wow. Anyway, the fucking door opens. It's Molly Meldrum. He didn't even tell me, right? And I'm just standing there, and he goes, and he introduces me. He goes, he's coming. And Molly, he's a lovely bloke, right? And he said, thanks. So we walk in, and what it was, he's really into Egyptian stuff. And what it was, I didn't know this at the time. We're moving all this stuff from his living room. But as I walk in, there's a hallway. And as I walk through the hallway to the living room, on the wall is the Beatles' White Album signed by all the Beatles.
Wow.
Because Molly Meldrum was an assistant engineer at Abbey Road when they were making that White Album.
Wow.
She's a kid. And at the time, he obviously said, can you sign my album? But he's got the White Album signed by all the Beatles framed on his wall. I understand they're going, fucking hell. Right?
Now that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what's even more amazing. So we help him move all the stuff. And what the reason was, he turns around to Guy and he goes, listen, the reason I'm having this all done is because I'm having a party tomorrow night. And because he's his next door neighbor. Because you're more than welcome to come, Guy, because I know it'll be noisy, blah, blah. And he goes, and you please come too. Bring a friend. Yeah, I just went, fucking oath, I'm coming. Like Molly Melbourne party. So Guy didn't go. Guy didn't give a shit. He didn't go, right?
Yeah.
So we turned up, here's us buffheads. I turned up with a 6-pack of beers. Oh, fucking hell. So we turned up with these beers. Gospel truth. This is gospel truth. Knock on you could hear the music pumping, right? Knocking on the door, the door. It's Molly. He goes, hey, come in. Walked in. The first person I bump into is Tina Turner.
Oh wow!
I just we did speak, but he's taking us into the. There's Tina Turner. There's some other people around her. The next person I hit is fucking David Bowie.
Really?
I turn around. There's Elton John sitting on the couch, and there was all other there was famous Aussie people from television and stuff there too.
Wow.
And there was something going on in Australia at the time. That's why all these people were here, all these acts, right? Who else was there?
What year was it?
Oh, geez, it would have been 19. It was the 80s. So I can't get the exact year. I could look it up. It was in the 80s. And the only person I actually had a conversation with was David Bowie, because you got to understand. And I mentioned the story to Joe. He goes, "Did you get autographs?" I said, "Mate, it wasn't the environment to go walking up to fucking people going, 'Can I have your autograph?' Because it was to him. They were his friends. It wasn't, they were his friends. So if, I guarantee if we started walking up going, "Oh, can I have your autograph?" He would have walked up and said, "Stop doing that." Yeah. Because they were all laid back. It was a party, right? Yeah. And I mean, it was a party. There was fucking trays of Coke going around, joints, fucking you name it, right?
Like Coke and 7-Up?
Yeah.
Look at that in case of being monitored. Yeah, it was Coke 7-Up. Yeah. The thing was, right, we did get to we talked to some people, you people would know. It was like Daryl Summers was there. He was a big personality on television in Australia, talking to him and blah, blah, blah. People like that. But what happened, I got to speak to David Bowie, because what happened, because it was packed. There was a section there. We were like shoulder to shoulder, and all of a sudden, bump shoulder, and you turn around and go, "Oh, sorry." It was David Bowie. And he went, "Hello, how do you know Molly?" And I told him the story. He goes, "Oh, cool." And we started chatting and stuff. And he goes, "Oh, you're in a band. What do you play?" So I got to speak to Dave. He was really, really cool. He was really, really, because I was a fucking nobody, Who was I? And he just treated me like, "Hey, cool, man. All good." He was asking me what kind of music we were playing and blah, 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 blah. But that's a true story. That's a true story, and I can back it up because my friend's still alive. He was there, and Guy's still alive. He can back it up. But that I'll never forget that night. But yeah, I'll never forget walking into his house the first time and seeing that friggin' Beatles White Album with all the signatures on it.
That's incredible.
Can you imagine how much that's worth?
Oh,
Can you imagine how much that's worth with all the signatures on it?
Wow,
unbelievable.
Oh, look, there's Doccus sitting over there.
Oh no!
Hey, to tell you the truth, I'm not on top of it because it was years ago. I wouldn't be surprised if he was fucking there too. To tell you the truth, you just look around. It was like, mate, he bumped me. And go, fucking so and so over there. It was unbelievable. I forget what was happening. There was something happening in Australia. That's why. Oh, Mick Jagger was there. Mick Jagger was also at the party.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was there too.
Was he wiggling his arse?
He wiggled. Fucking just whoa, yeah. No, I remember he was there. There was something going on in Australia. That was a reason why all these acts were in Australia at the time. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. But Mick Jagger was there too. Keith could have been there, but he could have been passed out in the toilet. Who knows? I don't know. But I know Mick was there. But yeah, it was unbelievable. Just one of those coincidences in life. I just happened to know someone who happened to live next door to Molly. just one of those coincidences, you
That's
know,
really
in
cool.
life.
Wow.
You know,
Neat.
just one of those things.
It's
And
unbelievable.
looking back, I wish I did ask for autographs, but anyway,
Yeah.
it didn't happen. It didn't happen, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So there's my anecdote.
Unreal.
There was.
So did you know that Richard Dolan's around? And he'd probably like to see something at Brad's house. Whoops, wrong one.
Jack Kendall is
Hey.
brilliant.
That
Yeah.
was. You should show Richard Dolan one of your prized possessions there.
Gold.
I'm pretty sure you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Richard, pay attention. Richard, pay attention.
Okay. Was this what he was talking about? I've got George Harrison and Ravi Shankar's autograph.
No, I don't think that's it.
That's pretty cool.
That
Paul
gold
McCartney's autograph.
record.
No, I don't think that's
Go
it.
like that.
Ringo Starr's signed drumsticks.
Well, no, I don't think that's quite it.
There's
That
John
gold record.
1964 when we did the John Lennon get together.
There it is.
No.
But what?
Wait,
What's
no,
whoa.
back.
What's that one down in the corner? That one.
Gold one. There we go.
Richard, what's that?
What's
Yeah.
that?
What's that, Richard?
What's that? That's that
You know what
gold
that is,
record you don't like.
What's the one Richard would like?
That's the
Yeah.
one Richard wants.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
loves that one.
What is blowing me away here? I've just watched his room tour and been blown away. And the guy turns around and goes, "Oh, and by the way, here's some sticks signed by Ringo Starr. Oh, over here."
There's when I met
It doesn't stop. This doesn't stop.
There's when I met the Monkees, and then there's when I went and met the Moody Blues and went back.
Of course he did. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
Here's an unsigned. Well, it is signed. I don't mean to say that, but it's an uncashed check by Elvis Presley.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's by Elvis.
Unbelievable.
There's some uncut tickets of Elvis Presley, which that's extremely hard to get.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Several of them.
And then when Paul did that Run Devil Run album, I did a whole video of it, and that's
saw
where
that. Yeah, I saw that.
Georgia.
Yeah, I saw that.
And there's
I
Paul's platinum
I think you told the story. Wasn't didn't Paul
Hey,
McCartney have an issue with the owners of the shop?
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, I remember you were telling the story. Yeah.
He's got the reel-to-reel of Paul's latest album.
There's original 1964 Beatles wallpaper.
Whoa.
Unbelievable.
That's Beatles. That's real Beatles. Let's see, I can go back this way.
That's
Beatles wallpaper.
That's a real Beatles Venetian blind too.
It is. Another one of the gold
Unbelievable.
albums.
There's another gold record. Yeah.
The only way Brad could top this, he goes, "Oh, by the way, he's a live Beatle. I'll just get him out for you." That's the only way you can top this.
Here's something
Serial
that's
numbered 1 out of 2.
kind of funny to show you. This is a promotional piece. Am I in frame? Can't really see if I'm in frame or not. There we go. This is a promotional piece. This is a Beatles Help Band-Aid from the movie Help.
Unbelievable.
But they had Band-Aid in set, or was it like sell?
No, they were promotional sets for like the record store, stores and stuff like that. Well, I mean, actually through the record promoters and stuff.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's really cool and rare. Then I showed you that. That was the all 4 autographs.
Heal yourself with the beat.
Unreal.
Yeah.
There's nothing he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, next minute he's going to pull out Paul McCartney. So why are you going to make Paul?
He's just on the floor right now.
He stays here on the weekends.
There's the Beatles hairspray.
Yeah, it's Beatles hairspray.
Yeah.
It's like I really use it. Let's see what else can I bore you with. Then these are all the bubble gum.
What's the George Harrison thing that's just hanging from the door?
That's a promotional stand-up for the George Harrison 33 1/3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unreal.
But yeah, that 64. That's kind of cool. When see that down there, the John Lennon autograph. I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, and my sister-in-law, her parents hosted a party, and the Beatles were at the party, all four of them, 64. Because the Beatles performed in Indianapolis, so she got all their autographs, but lost them all. But the John one's the only one she still has. But yeah, they hosted a private cocktail party at their house.
Unreal.
Richard, I mean, Brad, Richard is trying to get a hold of you here for an interview.
Oh, is it? Yeah, we'll have to do that. There's all uncut Beatle tickets.
We're not done yet.
I can show you so much more. This is just what I'm showing you. I got a lot more I could show you too.
I find that hard to believe, Brad. Jesus Christ. That is unbelievable. That was the best time I've ever had.
Great.
I just, apart from being in the room and physically being in presence
And
of
it
that
didn't
stuff.
cost you a thing.
That's
right.
right. Yeah, you came to America and got to see stuff from America, and you didn't have to take a flight.
Yeah.
You just never know what Beatle Brad's going to show you. I mean, next time
no.
I'll show you other stuff. I've got other times when I was with these other celebrities. Doc, I bored Doc with some of the stories of them too.
Oh yeah, we're just like, I don't want to hear that again.
Well, I keep saying it, but thank you, Brad, because you didn't have to do that. That was really, really kind of you.
Yeah, I normally won't show
That
a
was a
lot.
buzz. That was a buzz.
Yeah, I normally won't show it, but yeah.
Brad, are you buying 3 Imagined?
Yeah, I got several copies coming actually, so I'll be showing that on my channel as well. Yeah,
I'm not.
You're a hero, Brad.
well, I didn't even show you my vinyl stuff. I mean, my vinyls, I'm pushing over 2,000 Beatle albums.
Wow.
How many rooms have you got full of stuff?
Too many.
Have you got any of those? Have you got any Russian Beatle albums?
Yeah, I got a lot of Russian Beatle albums. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're really cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of those. Yeah, which is really cool.
Hang on, people. There's more.
Here's all the Beatles Hot Wheels.
I've got. Yeah, I love those. I've got.
There's the promo stand. This is the promotional stand up for the Hot Wheels, and then there's the Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Oh.
All of those. And more Beatles stuff here. Beatles record player.
A Beatles record player.
Oh, cool.
Beatles tray, Beatles dolls when they had the Beatles dolls when they blew up. Stuff like that. Buttons. And then these are the Beatles when I just showed you the blow up dolls. Those are the giveaway. That's the box that you had to send away to get the.
And he's got all 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Beatle flicker rings. Right here.
Where's all the Rolling Stones merchandise?
There's Abbey Road. It was raining when I was at Abbey Road the first time. But anyway.
We got Beatles chewing gum from 1908.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got all the chewing gum.
Ooh, it's original.
There you go.
I dare you to open one of those chewing gum packets and eat it.
I'll have to call 911.
Yeah.
I'll just pop that. I had to put Abbey Road on after that, so I'll put their Studio 2 again. But I'll just put this up again because Richard's here. Because I know he'd like that.
Yeah.
No, because I know he'd like. I think he'd like that.
Yeah, get a good look at that, Richard, if you can. Look at that. Ooh. Wow.
Well, thanks for letting me show you my diecast too. Thanks for letting me show you diecast.
Oh, mate, that was great. But mine's still bigger than yours.
Oh, Richard.
I have another room. No.
Oh, get out.
Probably.
Oh.
Oh, mate, that was great.
Shame.
That was fantastic.
I didn't get a chance to show you the other Aston Martin I've got.
Oh, Invisible Ray. There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Invisible Ray. Hello, lad.
He's not impressed.
He's not impressed.
Yeah. But we always see Invisible Ray showing his stuff all the time. Yeah. He's not impressed. Ooh.
I'm trying to read him. What's his name? Doc.
Yeah. I got him. But I thought the line was funny for one time. just because what doesn't Beetle Brad have? You know, like,
I know.
yeah,
I'll say it again. I won't be surprised if he pulls Paul McCartney and a Ringo. Oh, there they are.
Oh, yeah. Come on,
Unbelievable.
Come on in, Paul.
Yeah.
he's got John Lennon's little hat. You know, that little beret thing that John used to wear.
Since we're talking about
Serious
stuff, this is a 1/18th scale Franklin mint. This is a James Bond Franklin mint.
Mm-hmm.
These are really nice because they're all specially made. They're all numbered, and the guns shoot out, and the shield pops up as you saw. But yeah, that's a big die cast.
It looks like about 5 pounds or so.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a 1/18th scale, actually.
The doors open, the hood opens.
Yep.
The trunk opens.
But yeah, that's really cool. But yeah.
You don't play with that in the sandbox.
I also collected all the Beatles die-cast cars, which, they did several of the Beatles die-cast, which I showed those a couple minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really hard to get, too.
Yeah.
Do you have a Mr. Bean car?
Yeah. I mean,
He does.
The yellow mini. Yeah.
Mine's bigger than yours, Brad.
There you go.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, it is. I love that one. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I haven't got any batteries. If I had batteries, I'd put the batteries in because you should see it. It's cool when it's running.
Yeah, well done, you. Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah.
As I said, it cost a bloody fortune, but I've got it now. So,
everything I showed you tonight was all on loan, so I have to get it back tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm showing Beatles stuff, and I had one person say to me, "Oh, you borrowed all those Beatle albums from the library." It's like, oh my gosh, that must be some fantastic library.
Yeah.
yeah.
That the library cops are after you for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really. It's like you're overdue, mister.
Exactly. Do you have any Beetle hair?
Why, yes, I do actually. Yeah, I got a.
Of course he does.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. I even got a '64 Beatles wig.
Brad, did you end up getting it? I forget the hotel where they cut up the bed sheets.
Yeah,
and was selling them.
that up, yes.
I was selling a bed. You have?
Yeah, in New York City, where where they stayed at the plaza.
Yeah. Have you got any of them?
I never got
any.
Get
one?
Oh, something he does.
But there's a lot of fakes of those out there.
Finally.
Because there's a lot of fake ones out there.
Yeah.
So like what are you gonna do with all these 1-inch squares? Sell them.
Sell them. Yeah. But the way he does it, sell them.
Yeah. But I'll bet you must spend days and days on eBay or something like that.
I don't know if I went to go see James McCartney in concert. So I snuck in my camera and I sat in the second row and took pictures of him at the concert.
Yeah, that sums up my impression of James McCartney.
Yeah, it does. But I even went backstage to meet him because he was like, hey mate, you took all these pictures, I want them. Like, well, yeah, I'll be glad to give them to you for a price.
He needs money first. What the heck is that one? That colorful one? What is that?
It's a blue meanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Yellow Submarine.
There's a Paul McCartney promotional. That's a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a promotional piece.
What? No Michael Jackson stuff?
That's in the next room.
Oh, okay.
3 or 4 rooms to go through.
Yeah. Anyway, I just kind of having fun showing you some stuff.
We're having fun just looking.
Having a blast.
I know, probably doing too much. People that are responding and viewers and all, they're sitting there going, "Oh, we're tired of Beetle Brad."
Don't worry about Brad. Don't worry about them because we're having a ball. If you forget the peanut gallery, this is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I enjoyed going through, like you were talking about Abbey Road Studios. That was a lot of fun going through it.
Yeah, and I regret not getting in.
They used to show a video about Abbey Road and the Beatles performing there and all that kind of stuff, and they lost the video.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I ended up with it. So I mean, because when they did, I even added stuff. I don't know if you guys knew this. I think I've told Doc this, but when they did the Beatles anthology, I actually helped out in video form for the Beatles anthology when they did that film.
Oh wow!
But wait, the story continues.
So there's some of my stuff in there, which I gave them a lot of stuff, and I'm real surprised with the stuff they did.
Surprised they gave it back.
Well, yeah, but the bad part about it is they didn't even give. They said, "Well, we'll put your name at the end of the credits," and all the people that contributed, and I didn't even get my name in the credits or nothing.
Oh wow! Yeah, I was about to say because I've got the anthology. I'll go and look up your credit. And they didn't even credit you.
And wait,
wow.
wait! There was an invitation to Brad to go to California for the premiere or whatever, and he didn't go.
Yeah, Paul McCartney was shooting his video, "Take It Away," and I got an invite.
Yeah, maybe tell me the story.
Oh man, I still could kick kick myself for not going.
I could have went.
Well, Brad, as I said, that night with Molly Meldrum, we all have regrets.
That's fantastic.
It happens. It happens, doesn't it? Yeah, I should have turned left instead of right.
Yeah, in the car club I'm in, Elton John's in my car club, but he goes under his real name.
Oh, right, okay.
So, but Elton shows up now and then, but he's got his boyfriend with him most times.
Yeah,
it's usually different boyfriends.
So no chance for you, Brad? No chance.
He ain't getting Beatle bread, no way.
Yeah,
that would make the National Enquirer.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, inquiring minds are like, "Hey, I saw him on YouTube. He's still crazy."
Oh man.
But yeah, now thanks for letting me show you all the stuff.
Oh,
thanks for showing us, man. That's so kind of you.
Not a problem.
You didn't have to do that, and that's much appreciated, man. That was fantastic. I mean, you made me get up and grab a box that hasn't been open for 10 years.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was cool.
It is, Dallas. I haven't seen this stuff in yonks.
I had to show my little Batmobile that I'm kind of like, oh.
And I'm glad you showed it because that's really cool.
It's still cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's still, Doc, it's still cool. It's still really cool.
$2.
Thanks for showing us, Doc. I mean, that's really cool.
$2. And it's one of the later ones because I don't know if you can see on there. It's got gold wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so it's a second generation or something or other. But that's about as bad as I could get, or as good as I could get. Oh, geez.
It's good, Doc. It was good.
Where's Brad's gone to get something.
Yes.
Oh.
Of course he has.
Disembodied voice.
Yes, I know, Robert P. I like my Batmobiles too, but that's all I got for right now.
I have a diecast Batmobile somewhere, but I don't know where it is.
I kind of moved it, so it kind of fell. But there's the Corgi Junior of the Batmobile and Batboat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If I get rid of the glare, but it's made by Corgi
from the movie.
Yeah.
What's the one in behind? It looks like a golf cart.
Yes, the boat.
No, behind the boat, or is that
the trailer that slid off of it? Actually, she's supposed to go onto the trailer.
Okay.
Since I picked it up, it fell off the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hate it when that happens, don't you?
Yeah.
Trailer. Yeah.
I am so jealous.
Brothers in life.
I am writing to Santa Claus and just tell Santa to bring me everything in Beetle Brad's room.
Now, did they just have that bat boat in the Batman movie originally?
Yes.
Yeah.
66?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That cycle and everything? Okay.
Well, you Beatle guys, you'd know this anecdote. The Beatle movie was actually going to be the pilot for the TV series.
What?
Did you know that?
Which one are we talking about?
The original 66 Batman movie
Yeah.
right, was actually the pilot for the TV series.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's right. It was.
But it ended up going the other way.
Yeah, that's right. It sure was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you for confirming that. 'Cause everyone was looking at me like bullshit.
Wait, what?
Does Brian have this?
Yeah.
This came here.
What you got?
How about the Lady Penelope Rolls Royce?
I remember Lady Penelope from Wacky Races.
Let's say put it large for a second.
Lady Penelope's the Thunderbirds.
There you go. See, I don't know everything. I watched a lot of cartoons and I forget.
There he goes.
Oh boy, he's off.
There he goes.
Who's the Wacky Races?
Unreal. Unbelievable.
Who's the Wacky Races? Because we had
This is like what we were doing with Ethan a couple hours ago.
Yeah. I would do it. I don't even want to start. I'm not touching anything in this room.
Brindley is very touchy. He's very nice.
I'm not even going to start.
Thunderbirds, yeah.
Thunderbirds.
Hey, Rachel.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Brad. Sorry.
There we go. Here's the
Yeah, he got it.
Unbelievable.
which is the it's in mint condition, absolute mint condition of Lady Penelope. There's the missile that comes out.
Okay.
This slides back.
Mm-hmm.
But that's absolutely stone mint condition, and it's
Look, it's got Parker in it.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Now
There is Parker.
Hello.
FAV.
But yeah, that's absolutely mint.
That's unreal.
I've got the missiles that go to the back to it as well. You know,
Oh, Rachel. I'm glad you're here, Rachel. Sorry, Brad.
oh,
Go
Rachel.
on. No, go on, Brad. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, Rachel loves seeing all my junk. I mean, stuff. Like,
So now you have to show it all to Rachel. Everything.
Just show everything again.
That is phenomenal, Brad.
yeah.
In Australia, I mean, when I was a child, they actually an ice cream company. They actually released an ice cream, the Lady Penelope ice cream. So it was
Wow.
It was vanilla with chocolate and sprinkles on the chocolate.
Cool.
But they marketed it as the Penelope ice cream.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, Rachel. Well,
That'd be
Rachel.
cool. Here's
Rachel.
the Beatles original
Oh, sorry.
64 ice cream.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one before, Brad. You showed that. Yeah, that's cool.
Beatles ice cream. Yeah, it's not even melted yet. It's petrified.
Oh, 54 to 2021.
When you eat one of their creams, you eat.
That's what I feed the dog.
Oh, okay.
Good old buddy.
And that's something I thought we had him on the Penelope car. I said, "There's no way he had a Penelope."
Hey.
I'm scared to mention something else because he's going to get up and get it.
I know, just,
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
Okay, I got one.
Oh, here we go.
Rockford Files Firebird.
Yeah, actually, they never made a die cast of Rockford Files
Okay.
car.
Oh, we'll let you off that. We'll let you off that one.
Get one.
Oh, he's getting.
He's got a way to make one. I think.
Oh man.
You know, he's just out there. You know, sheet metal.
Just a minute. I'm just putting the tires on.
I'm filling it up with gas right now as we speak.
Yeah.
But I know for Rachel is shown. Well, I've shown this to Rachel too. But I I showed this to you guys earlier.
Yeah.
There's James Garner and I.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You showed that before. That's pretty cool.
I showed that earlier. That's James Garner. That was actually that was James Garner and I at the Indianapolis 500. Is where that was.
Oh, cool.
So weird to see.
Now, would that have been him filming Grand Prix, the movie?
No, he was at the race, at the 500 race.
Brad, approximately what year was that?
This shot,
79, 80s.
I want to say like 82.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Okay,
82.
my dad met him at an OU football game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he walked into the bathroom and James Garner was right there next to him. So.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah.
Hope they didn't shake hands.
No, he didn't know it was James Garner until he got back to the seat because he was wearing these big wraparound glasses. And he said, "Oh, that's James Garner." You know. So he was watching an OU game, and he didn't want anyone to see him. So
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's real. But no, I mean, I could blame race car drivers. I mean, have you guys have heard of Mario Andretti and AJ?
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but for the 500, they stayed at our house.
Wow. Of course I did, Brad. Of course I did.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah,
You've already cut up these sheets into centimeter squares to sell. Yeah.
Mario Andretti slept on these sheets.
And he's his underwear that he left. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait a minute. One more card that we'll see if Brad has it. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Starsky and Hutch Torino.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. No, I don't have that one.
Oh, we got
We got him.
You stumped the panel.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Can I just ask? Sorry to diverse, because I just want to ask this.
Letterman, I think.
Yeah.
I just want to ask this quick question to Rachel, because I was about to go on her live chat and it just went. And I was wondering what happened, Rachel. Like, was it just an internet cut at your end, or what happened?
Thunderstorm.
He's staring.
It just died. It just died. The live chat kept going. Like, people were going, "What's happening?" But she was gone, just gone.
Well, that was Doc's chat for like a little bit. It just went, and I refreshed it, came back.
Yeah.
Well,
Her stream just completely went. Just the live chat kept going, but she just went.
Yeah, with Doc's chat like at the beginning.
Yeah, well, we were saying earlier that everything was going nuts about 3 hours ago or so. Like Joe tried to do a chat, and he's going like, "What the hell is this?" And then I was having apparently problems. Something going on with that. You know, so.
Oh, there you go. Mason playing music killed it. Wouldn't have been Pet Sounds by any chance.
Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you play music, you get shut down.
Yeah.
There you go. That makes sense.
Well, I've seen that happen to Rachel before.
Yeah.
This one was a little different. Like, it completely went. Like, it was really weird.
Mm-hmm. But
anyway,
they didn't get me on Sunday when I played that little bit of a Vanity Fair song. Remember that, Jeff?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I played about 30 seconds of a Vanity.
I played a little bit of it, so yeah.
Yeah, I know, but still, 30 seconds is enough to go, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Pink Floyd. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. What's the song?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the real Floyd fan here.
Well, I brought this up before. I actually mentioned this. I mentioned this to Macamania one night. It was just really late at night, and as you do, you crash on the couch and just what's on YouTube. And live stream. So I click it on. He was playing the entire Tug of War album, and I just left it on because I'm listening to Tug of War and him talking over it, and I don't listen. But I was just sitting there thinking, well, how long is this going to last? He got through the whole album. He got through the whole. Nothing happened. Nothing.
Okay. Well.
So yeah, I don't know. It's relative, isn't it? In a way. Yeah, must just been lucky. Yeah, must just been lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I even mentioned some album, and they'll take down my channel because the video or whatever. I did a whole thing about the Beatles coming to America, and I showed the video of them arriving in America behind me, and I was talking over. I didn't even have the sound on, and YouTube took the video down.
Yeah.
I don't think she's complaining, mate. I think she's
no
explaining.
complaining why it cost. We're not complaining about it. We're just saying why did it.
Yeah.
We are speaking.
Oh yeah, it's just amazing what they do and don't do. I mean, they take stuff down. I mean, it's like Stripey Rambles. I don't know if you guys ever watched him or not.
Yeah.
Stripey Rambles. They took his channel completely off.
Wow. Well, the whole channel.
Yeah, the whole channel. He lost all of his videos and everything because he was playing music.
Ronnie, we got tied.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'll complain just real quick, and then I'll be off. Here you've got, let's say you're promoting Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. Fantastic album, and if you play just a little bit of it, because we're all into music, we all enjoy it. Why can't you play just a little bit to kind of enhance the video to say this is a fantastic album, but you can't. So,
well, I hear what you say. My comment on that is is that I agree. If you're going, this is the greatest album of all time, but you're promoting it.
Right.
If your channel's monetized, I can see then there being an issue because they can then make an argument. Well, hang on a minute, you're getting paid, even though you're promoting their album for them. But if you're being monetized, you're earning income. So there is that kind of catch-22.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think it's absolute bullshit. If someone's going, this is a great album, this track is amazing, you're doing them a favor.
Yeah.
You're doing them a favor.
And
And
just to play, say, 20 seconds of a song is like, can't do that. Can't do that.
yeah,
20 seconds, come on.
See, one of my channel's not monetized, so that's one of the things I couldn't understand. I'm not monetized.
Well, that's my point. Especially with a non-monetized channel, what's your problem? But it's not the bands. It's the publishing companies and record companies that are controlling that. So it's not Paul McCartney or whatever going shut it down.
No,
Universal Music and Warner Brothers.
Exactly, and it's absolutely ridiculous because it's like, why wouldn't you want someone to go, this album's fantastic, go and get it?
Play anything from it.
Yeah,
it's bizarre. I know
it's the airwaves.
It's bizarre.
Like, bad news.
Because Doc has shown stuff, and I'm like, hey, I wouldn't mind getting that. That's pretty neat, or something like that. But it's like, better not play it though.
But as I say, the thing is, it doesn't make sense because you go on Spotify and play anything you want for free. You don't have to pay for it. So what's the issue? You can get all this stuff for free anyway.
Yeah,
I don't understand what their issue is. I just don't get it.
Itself.
Well, that's right. It's obviously YouTube's algorithms.
Yeah.
They've set it up, and it's crazy.
Stupid.
Anyway, it is what it is.
It's like when McCartney 3 came out, we couldn't play any of the music, but half hour right after it came out, Paul put the whole entire thing out.
Exactly.
Download.
Well, that's how I got to hear. I got to hear the album, and that's what made me end up buying it because I personally love McCartney 3. I love the album, but the fact that I got to hear it. Because if I couldn't hear it, and if I didn't get my chance, I wouldn't have gone out and bought it. I wouldn't have rushed out and bought it until I heard it.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
By hearing it, I went and bought it. So what's the issue? Let someone on YouTube go, hey, this album's great. Go and get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing free advertising for them. But apparently, no, can't do.
Yeah.
But it's also the copyright owner that goes, hey, they're playing that and they're going to take away revenue from because all these artists have their own channels now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like it's like me having one of my videos stolen by Curly Howard's grandson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's mine.
I'm going to interrupt you just real quick to tell you.
Yeah, sorry, Brad.
I probably need to go, so I'm going to have to call it a night.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough, Brad. Yeah.
But I enjoyed being with you. Thanks, Doc, for letting me
Great.
do
Oh, man.
Take care.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal and so kind of you, mate. That was so
Glad
kind of
you
you to do that.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, good to see y'all. Y'all take care.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next video, or else Doc's video or mine or something.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, see you soon, Brad.
Yeah.
That was great. It was a pleasure meeting you again. Yeah.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you,
Y'all
Brad.
take care.
See ya.
Everyone,
See ya.
thank you, Brad. Thank
I'm
you,
outta
Brad.
here.
Hey.
Hey.
Whoa.
Oh,
Well, that's a
what a
great.
dramatic ending.
That's a great way to end.
He forgot to do it up.
Personal time with Beetle Brad.
Brad.
Ooh.
Leisure time with Beetle. Okay, that's too much.
Hi, Brad.
Oh, good luck, Dad.
There's a part of Beetle Brad's room we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, really.
Whoa.
The X button. You couldn't do that.
Just another sideline to this, and I'll end it here unless another comment comes up and sets me off. Right, this is an example of what I'm getting at. I was on Joe Mayo, right, and just a live chat, and Tom came on from Two Legs.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up talking about John Lennon and the Paul McCartney rift. It wasn't planned; it just happened. And Joe ended up saving it and posting it. Now, the point is, and I'm not saying I've got no issue, but I could turn around to him and say, I don't give you permission to put that on. The argument is it's his stream. So who's right here, him or me? If I said I don't give you permission to post that video, I gave you no permission to post me on that video. But he could then turn around and go, yeah, but it's my live stream. It was my stream.
Yeah.
Don't get this wrong. I'm not knocking Joe. Go for it. But I'm using it as an example of this bullshit about playing somebody's music. It's ridiculous because you can get it, as I said, you can get it for free everywhere. Spotify, everything. There's no issue. But if you're spree, so what? I have a party and put on Spotify. That's illegal because I'm playing it in a public forum.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
But the thing is, but there it is. You can't police it, but it is actually illegal for me to do that. But everyone does it.
Trying to police you.
Well, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, one stream, I was telling people, I think, was it you, Doc? I don't know if you were there. And I was just saying, have you guys heard this version of Twist and Shout by Beverly Knight?
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, and it was from a documentary they did on the 50th anniversary of Abbey Road, and they got all his acts in to recreate the album in the same amount of time as the Beatles did. Anyway, this performance, cut along Beverly Knight, it just blows me away. It's just fucking fun. I've never heard of her before, but apparently she's very big in England, right? Just an unbelievable performance of Twist and Shout. Well, I said, hang on, and I put it on. I put it, with Streamyard, you can cast. Got through the whole video, no issue. Not an issue. So, I don't know. I don't know how it all works.
The bigger the channel, the more these problems come up. You know.
The thing is, too, if we play these songs, but if we talk over them, like they're not, or like the song may be there, but it's not a version people can keep because they got us talking on it. It's just got dialogue.
Well, Mason, this is exactly the point we're all saying. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like me when I release my own, and someone goes, "I'm going to play this guy's album."
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm not going to turn around and go, "Don't." Okay, fucking go for it. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But anyway.
And with that, I'm out of here. I'm exhausted. I got a long day of things. Just things.
Well, the other thing too, Tom, is that it's the time difference. So for me, it's early in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Like 2 in the morning?
Well, it's probably afternoon now. What is it?
No.
Well, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Whoa.
And
I'm wide awake, which I know is different for you guys because it's late.
I gotta be really late, but I've had some stuff going on, so now I'm shot. I'm just.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Good to see all of you, of course. Fake Texas. Hope to see you all later.
Yeah, I hope to see you again, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Hey, man.
Party time.
Okay.
Now it got big.
And then there were 4.
Yeah, it's like an Agatha Christie novel, isn't it?
Who's next?
And then there were none.
Who's leaving next?
Hey, can I show something really quick? I actually pulled it out here.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
We're out here.
Because we're on the subject of Australia, I thought I'd pull this out. This is a gum card of John from a set of 4 of the Beatles that were exclusive to Australian. I think it was drinks, like juice drinks. And I had the opportunity to buy this from a guy there a really long time ago, and he had all 4, and I couldn't afford them. So I went for my favorite Beatle, which was John. And on the back, tells you how to complete the set and which Beatle came with which flavor.
Unbelievable. That's a great catch, isn't it?
Yeah, I loved it because all the pictures came from the Beatles for Sale session. So they all had like really cool pictures in the signatures that I'd never seen before.
Yeah,
I don't think I've actually seen this photo anywhere else. So yeah.
I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before.
Hey,
mate, thanks for sharing. That's good. That was really cool.
Just when you think you've seen every Beatle picture there ever is, another one comes up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's like I mentioned the other day. I think it was you, Doc. I was on YouTube and this documentary Beatle thing, and I'll watch it. It was a British production where it was like they did a poll in the British Isles of what their top 20 Beatles songs were. and it was a countdown. But as they did the countdown, like they'd have people on, like Giles Martin and stuff, talking about. And there was just footage on this thing I've never seen before, ever in my life. Interviews, backstage. There was stuff like backstage footage of them filming We Can Work It Out. I'm going, I've never seen this stuff before in my life.
These 4 guys must have been on camera 24 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stuff to come out.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, and 50 years later, there are still pictures we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
No wonder.
And there'll still be more in private collections. Like, think of their family, like their family photos and stuff. And, there'll be heaps of private stuff that's going to come out at one stage, here's John at his 22nd birthday with his cousin, all this stuff, But you're right. They must have just woke up in the morning. It was click, 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 click,
That's too bad.
until they went to sleep. Even when they were asleep, they were probably still taking photos of them.
Well, they come out of their house, tick, they're driving it, tick.
Can you imagine being in that hurricane, being in Beatlemania? It must have been hell. It must have been freaking hell. They tell you it was, but I mean, to actually try and imagine being one of those guys locked in a hotel room, and there's just people screaming, and you can't leave the room.
You can wave out the window and make them scream some more.
Yeah.
We love you, Beatles. We really do.
Well, one of the amazing things, and it even blew them away, was I wasn't here then. I was only a child. But the reception they got in Adelaide in Australia.
Yeah.
And they say like nearly everyone in South Australia was there. The amount of people. You can imagine just standing on that balcony looking out going, what the fuck is going on? Have a look at this.
Yeah. Is the president coming in today? No, that's for you.
Yeah. Oh, that one, yeah. Well, you would think that, wouldn't you? You would have thought that. Like, who's coming in? The president? Yeah.
Everywhere they went, they had to do a press conference.
Well, I always say it's hard for us, like, and especially the younger generation. Like, you look back and go, how could they not have been famous? But if you study the Beatles story, like, and you guys all know this, they nearly didn't make it. Like, they got turned down, and EMI didn't want them, and they gave him George Martin because he wasn't important. You fucking produce him and blah, blah, blah. But you look back and go, how could they not have been famous? But at the time, nobody wanted anything to do with them. Nothing.
No.
An absolute
on their way out.
Yeah, absolute phenomenon. They just met the right people at the right time. And it was like, if you want to say we lived in the Matrix, it's like it was planned. It just was meant to be. It had to happen. But yeah, it's a phenomenal story, the Beatles. It's just everything about, that's why they're the Beatles. It's just...
But no band has ever done anything like this since.
Right. Nobody.
They never will. They never will. And the biggest reason is they won't be allowed to be that big again. Yeah. Because you've got to remember, the press were behind them 100%. Of course, there was all the other stuff, the timing, especially America, John F. Kennedy just dying. And, they used the Beatles, obviously, to get everyone out of that doldrum.
Feel good.
And they were the right people to do it. But the timing, but the press and that will never allow that to happen again. The record companies will never allow that to happen again.
Rachel.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, Rachel.
Oh, see you, Rachel.
In the morning.
Rachel, I hope to catch on your next stream. I tried today, but unfortunately, not to be.
Oh, Paul, we don't want to hear the Beatles story again.
Sorry.
Not again.
Well,
sorry, Ray. Sorry, mate. What do you want to talk about, Ray? Oh, there's a loaded question. God knows what he's going to come up with.
Not again. Well, I need to see the Beatles, but I think I said this on another chat. When I was in second grade, my Cub Scout troop got to see the Monkees in Oklahoma.
Cool.
And my ears were ringing for like 2 days. Or all these young kids, you would see a Beatles concert. These are a lot younger, like 10, 12-year-old kids. You're screaming their lungs out. Watching the Monkees. And
look, it's Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, no, I don't think he was there.
Yeah,
I don't think he was there.
that's a great juxtaposition. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was
That's actually
there.
what happened to my dad.
I would have remembered, yeah. I would have remembered there was this guy playing loud guitar. I don't remember anything about that. I just remember hearing a bunch of kids screaming and going home and my ears
We
were
want Davy. We
Yeah,
want
yeah.
Davy.
mm-hmm. The
Well, the thing with the Monkeys is that the thing that separates them from, like, what would you call them? Like, what do they call it? Where they put they company.
Yeah,
they were actual musicians. You know,
Mhm.
they were actually a real band.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, even though they were put together in
Mhm.
that set, they were actually great. They were a great band, the Monkeys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, compared to like your Take Fives and that, were just prefabricated. Get some good-looking boys together.
Yeah.
They could do a few dance moves, and it sells.
Mhm.
But the Monkeys were actually artists. They could, they could write, they could perform, they could sing, and they were a good band together.
But there was
And
That's what separates them.
but there was one problem with the Monkeys is that they all came from different musical backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was what kind of, like when you get one doing country and one doing
yeah,
pop rock and one doing folk music and all this kind of stuff
One doing Broadway.
in Broadway.
Yeah, David Jones.
You got 4 different directions, but they still lasted though.
Well, they
Yeah.
lasted the hits.
because
They
it
started-
worked.
Yeah, they
It
started
worked.
in '66, and by '68, after the Help movie came out, it was basically, Peter Tork left, and it was 3, and their albums weren't selling, and so it was just kind of.
Yeah. By the last one, there's only 2 of them.
Yeah, 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put them in a Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yes,
Come on.
and I saw the Hermits without Peter Noonan too.
Without Herman Noon. Or
Yeah,
Peter-
another-
They were the Harmonless Hermits.
Yeah, the Hermits, yeah.
wow.
Another example of like a mismatch that worked is the Who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Each one of those guys were just completely different, just completely different outlooks on life, on how they lived, but they worked together as a band. It just
Mhm.
worked.
Yeah.
And the fact they stayed together is amazing. You know,
And they're still together, sort of.
Well,
sort of, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, again, just amazing. You know, so 4 such diverse people, and it
Mhm.
worked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you've probably seen the stories. A lot of time they didn't communicate with each other.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't like each other. Pete Townsend and Roger
Mm-hmm.
Daltrey really didn't get on.
No,
You know?
Mike Nesmith and Peter Tork.
Mhm. I
But-
read that. I think Roger Daltrey knocked Peter Townsend out a couple of times.
Yeah, he did. They got in a fist fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
See, every band has problems in their
yeah.
internal coupling, whatever.
Mhm.
You know, but
But again, and there's other examples, but we just do the Beatles again. The Beatles were friends.
Mhm.
They started out, they were friends.
Yeah.
The Who weren't.
No.
The Who were
Yeah.
never friends. You know, they just brought these guys in and made a band.
Well, see, the Beatles started playing together as teens. 3 of them.
Exactly.
you know?
They were
Yeah.
friends. They went to school together and
Mhm.
they were friends as teenagers.
Yeah.
Young teenagers.
they grew up together.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
1970, we want to do our own thing. No. Yeah, we want to do. We want to split up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, all of us know, like, as you get older, like in my case, all my friends got married at the age of 19. All of them.
Mine did too.
Every single one of them are divorced.
Oh, really?
Every single one.
Oops.
Mhm.
But why I brought that up was just to share that little anecdote. But we all separated because you
Yeah.
all lived your own lives. They went off with their wives,
Yeah.
you know. And these two got together with this little cliche, but these two didn't because they didn't like her and she didn't like here.
Yeah.
So they had little cliches over here and they went over there. That's life. They just
Mhm.
went on and led their own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened to the Beatles.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because the audience goes, it's the Beatles. You
Yeah.
know, it's forever. You keep forgetting they're 4 human beings. They're 4 individuals.
They've outgrown the Beatles. They've got other lives to do.
Yeah, and we know now because all the books and blah 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 blah. But you only see what is presented to you. Yeah. None of us were sitting in those hotel rooms listening to fucking John talking. Stop farting, Ringo! I'm fucking sick of you farting. You stink. You don't hear all that shit. You don't hear all that. So it's inevitable. It was inevitable, and plus, it's part of the phenomenon too. Like the fact they did end when they ended. They did end when they ended. It's just perfect. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
And if they did get back together, it would have been shit. It would have wrecked the legacy, I think. It would have wrecked it. But again, the unknown. Who knows if they did stay together? Yeah. It's like that question McCartney got asked. I think it was Howard Stern's. He said, "Why didn't you keep the band going again with just George and Ringo? If John left, why didn't you just keep the band going?" And Paul clearly says it wasn't that easy. He goes, "Yeah, it's easy to say in retrospect." He goes, "But there was more going on than just the band."
Just bring in Eric Clapton, no problem.
Yeah. I think Stern actually said that. He goes, "Why didn't you bring Eric in?" And Paul said, "He goes, there's more to it than that. There was more to there was business. There was, we'd known each other for fucking 20, And he was trying to explain to Stern, it's not as easy as going, I should have just continued the band. It was over."
Yeah. And if anything, if it probably happened, it probably would have been John, George, and Ringo without Paul, because they at least shared the same lawyer, whereas Paul was with his father-in-law.
True.
Yeah, good.
So it probably would have been
point.
George and Ringo with Klaus Vorman or Billy Preston. They probably would have had their own ensemble, I would think.
Well,
not
good
that we'll ever
point.
know, but
That's a good point, because John did record with George and Ringo.
Yeah.
The very Plastic Ono band, that's Ringo on drums.
Yeah.
They need a new bassist.
Imagine has George on guitar.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. Yeah.
Well, kids, it's going on 11:30 here.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
This has been a stream for the ages. It's gone on for
phenomenal.
4 hours. 4 hours.
You got a good run.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But Doc, that was, I'm just saying personally, that was one of the best live casts I've been on. That was great.
Top off the first hour and a half or so, because the first hour and a half was pretty messy.
Yeah. After that, it got going.
So
it was a great one.
It was great.
Come on.
Hey, come on back when I have another one.
I will.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Have a good night.
So thank you, Mirror. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Starman, and
the people who
Brad.
Beetle Brad, mate.
Was here for a minute.
Peter Brad's something else.
Ethan was here.
Yeah.
Ethan was here. What a show! What a show!
Yeah.
Hey, Mayo was even here.
Yeah, Joe.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic. So anyway, thank you all for coming here.
No, thanks for having us, Doc.
Next time, and everybody who watched and in the peanut gallery over there, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Even Invisible Ray, who's the last holdout.
Yeah.
So take care, everyone, and we'll catch you again.
Have a good night,
guys. Take care.
See you guys.
Good night.